Make sure you guys get the likes up. I'm coming. We will discuss the duck move. It is duck season. Starring Terence Crawford. We got action. Remove him. Make sure y'all come in and smash the like button. Shooters, strap up. There we go. Shout out to Kamal Oz. He know. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I like that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Please come in, smash the like button. Now, listen, I just did a 3-hour stream. 3 hours. But then the fans, they wanted an encore. They said, Ego, we want an encore. Do you want more? Cooked and raw with the Brooklyn boy. So I was like, yeah, I got stamina. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back. So here we are. I want to talk about Terence Crawford, in my opinion, has ducked Errol Spence Jr. I will make it clear. I will explain. And I'll give my point of view in this video. My man said Peking Duck, Donald Duck, Darkwing Duck. Oh my God, Adrian going off. See, y'all shouldn't have got Adrian started. Kamal Oz is getting busy. Bro, okay, this is how you know we been. If this was chess, we would have been yelling checkmate 3 years ago because we been beat these busters. This is how you know that the Bud Buddies are pressed. I haven't, just like the last stream, it started the same way. Kamal, he's taking out the trash. I haven't even said a word and they already on the defensive. That's the power of boxing ego. I'm young, dictionary words make sense. I ain't even said nothing. And they getting blocked left and right. I haven't made 1 point in this video. See, this is the problem with the internet. How do you know if you agree or disagree with the person if you never let them speak? But again, the Bud Buddies are terrified because they know what I'm about to say, and it's all true. So they scrambling. Why would you be so defensive and nothing has even been said yet? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But without further ado, let's do the Boxing Ego roll call, city, state, zip, and then we'll get started. City, state, zip, area code, rep where you from. No soliciting. Kamal Oz, the chat, we don't like that. Dead that. You on my channel. I don't know who does what. I know what I do. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about no one else but me. The opinions expressed are the opinions of Boxing Ego, and Ego's Army. We got Bridgeport, Connecticut, 203 in the building. Orlando, Florida, 321 in the building. San Diego. Charlotte, North Carolina, Georgia. We got Dallas, Texas, 214. My boy Business Brain represent the Bay Area with me, 415, let's get it. Chicago, let's get it. 312, let's get it. Las Vegas, 702, let's get it. We got Brooklyn in the house. New York, 11203, let's get it. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Dover, Delaware, okay. We got Trenton, New Jersey. We got the BX in here, 10454. And I had to come back with some more. I mean, the love y'all showing me is amazing on the channel. I mean, it truly is. It's unfortunate for boxing fans. Philippines in the building, San Francisco, 10035 NYC. We got Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the building. Fresno, California, 559. It's unfortunate, you know, the whole world of boxing was looking forward to Spence Crawford, but you know, now I'm not even sold that the fight will ever happen. I'm really not. Kamal is going buck wild. Yeah, that was, bro, Kamal blocked him. That was so stupid. Shout out to New Mexico. And notice Eagles Army, we ain't even said a word. Listen, I need 100 to show. Let's get the likes up so we can get started. I told you I need 100 to show. We real close. Y'all want the encore? I need 100 to show. I need y'all get your hands up. Put your hands up. That's right. Get your hands up. Man, I said I'm gonna get bucks like Milwaukee because like Sam Cassell, I'm that. Y'all know that. Oh, we got a Cash App. Oh my gosh. We got a $30 Cash App, man. $30 Cash App to start us off right. This one comes from Jeffrey Callens. He says, this is for the Bud Nation barbecue. He said the Bud Nation barbecue. We also got one from Glenn Contreras. He sent $1. Let's read what he said. He says, I'm donating. You are the best. I'm donating to the best. Sorry, the only $1. Listen, y'all don't have to ever apologize. I appreciate any donation, big or small, comments, all that. It all goes to the same place so we could build a channel. Hey, Kamal, because Kamal putting in overtime. We about to get started. Listen, I'm gonna put up the electric fence because the bozos is out. I'm gonna put up the electric fence so we can get started. Listen, I'm gonna put up the electric fence. The bozos is out. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put up the electric fence so we can get busy. Part 2 of the remix. Listen, one monkey don't stop no show. Let's get it. Electric fence. Yeah. We right back in business. Listen, I have mastered my craft. We're not going to let no weasels come in and try to weasel and finagle their way in and hate and keep putting the same comment and spam. No, that's not how it works. The zombies, y'all out of here. Okay. Kamal been trigger happy. He been going crazy quick. So it's like nobody else got no shoots. Okay. Bud Crawford announced he's fighting David Evanesian. Listen, we'll do a letter grade. Give me the letter grade of that fight. A plus. Remember elementary school and school? Give me a letter grade. A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C, D, F. Give me a letter grade of the value of that fight for next in lieu of when we thought it was going to be Spence and Crawford. Rate the fight with a school letter grade. We're going to do that first, and then I'll keep going. Bro, he getting straight F's. Oh, I love boxing fans. I love y'all. Y'all so funny. Okay, RR Film sent $5. The money keep coming in. He says, duck, quack, quack. I am so mad at Crawford and his team for letting this slide. They stalled my man Errol out. We could have made some money in November with another fight. Oh, wow. Here's what they think about you. Negative F, a Z, a G minus. Oh, my gosh. Business Brain just said it's a straight up fail. Failure. He said a big ASS F. Oh, my gosh. Y'all going ham in the comment. Damn. We got a $2 Cash App, people. Salute from BN Boxing News. Crawford did duck Spence. Boom. Shout out to BN Boxing News. Yeah, I said it right. So, needless to say, this fight is finna flop. Bro, Crawford, just so you know, the Errol Spence fight is not next. He fighting David Amnesia or whatever. Bro, he fighting David Amnesia or Marsha Ambrosia, whoever he fighting in Omaha. Now, I will say the only smart thing that he did was to put that fight that nobody wants to see, put that where you from, because that's the best chance that you have to try to get, some type of fanfare and live gate. If you put that in Vegas, if you put that in New York, if you put that in LA, it's a dub. So he did. That's the only smart. I give credit where credit's due. That's the only smart thing about this whole unnecessary fight is the fact that you put it where you're from. You and David Amnesia. My man said you for unsatisfactory. I remember them grades. You got that unsatisfactory, needs improvement. So that's the I guess the positive takeaway is that at least you put it where you can get some hometown support. So it is what it is. This is hard to defend, people. You can say what you want, but this is hard to defend. What made it worse for me is this. I'm just being real with you. If Crawford said, I need a tune-up, I would have respected that. And he could fight the same guy. But to lead people on a wild goose chase and how it all played out was foul. I feel it was really foul. And for a boxing fan, to be a boxing fan, like we're getting articles that say, oh, there's growing concern from Errol's people and his side at PBC that Crawford and his team may have checked out, but they're hopeful trying to get February 4th. So, the optimism and the optimistic boxing fan in us, we're like holding out hope. We holding out hope, like, okay, February 4th. That's a perfect date right before Super Bowl. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then later that day, only to be crushed. So Bud, he gave us all blue balls. It is what it is. It's just like you with a girl and she like, get you all souped up and you horny. You know what I mean? You horny. And then she just left you with blue balls. That's what boxing fans got. Boxing blue balls. BBB. That's what boxing fans were left with. So, again, I would have respected if you just said I need a tune-up. You say, I've been out the ring too long, I need a tune-up. Because then, like, you could have said that months ago, fought your little tune-up, and then, whatever. But how it all played out is definitely not a good look. Not a good look at all. The fight is taking place on Black Prime. To this point, I never really heard of him until, Bud Crawford. I never heard of them. I need y'all to get the likes up. I never heard of him until Bud Crawford. Right? And there's so many things, and we talked about it in the last stream, with that app is where it's like, this is the home you chose for this fight? All right. So many different, like, just weird nuanced things. I talked about a lot of that. Some of it will be a repeat, but I'm trying to keep the content fresh as well. Trying to keep it fresh as well. So I want to bring up some new concepts. Can y'all please get the likes up? So all in all, it's just, this is the fight nobody asked for. This is a fight nobody wants. And it really proves nothing. And I could go deeper and deeper. Bud Crawford, he's a talented fighter, a very good fighter. But he knocked out Mean Machine, and Mean Machine knocked out this dude, David Avanesian. And the sad part is, Bud Crawford, in his only interview that I know of at this point with ESPN, he was trying to build up David Avanesian. It sounds pathetic to me. I'm just being real. David Avanesian has a fake belt, a secondary belt, right? He's not, the welterweight division is a glamour division. Does anyone have David Avanesian in their top 10? Like, is that a guy you think of? Like, real talk. Bro, listen, these ain't punchlines. These is actual facts. When you think of the welterweight division is stacked. So if we go one by one, would David Avanesian, would he ever be in your top 10 in such a stacked division? That's a straight up and down question. Would David Avanesian be in your own personal top 10? Yes or no? I ask direct questions. Please give me a direct answer. Would David Amnesia be in your top 10 of current welterweights? If you're a hardcore boxer, because if you're not a hardcore boxer, I don't even care about your opinion because you don't know enough to even vote. So this is just for my hardcores. He ain't beat Lamont Peterson. Facts. All right, straight up and down questions. No, never, no. Bro, y'all sound like Destiny Child. No. Can I get it? Yeah. Okay. Business Bray said F-U-C-K no. Bro, that's what. There's too many good fighters at welter. Okay. I'm in no particular order. Let's see if I can come up with 10 fighters that I think of before I think of a David Amnesia, right? Somebody say win. This ain't scripted. I'm just the best in the business. I'm gifted. I'm prolific and so gifted, like Nip say. Somebody say win, and I'll try to come up with 10 fights. Let me read Kamal Oz. Don't say win yet. Kamal Oz said B-side Bud plays Canelo games with Bum Lovkin in his resume. but doesn't get nearly as much bread as either of those fighters. He has the worst qualities of both. Ooh, ether. Ooh. All right, my man said win. Okay, top. This is no particular order. When I think of the welterweight division, let me see if I can come up with 10 people. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Ugas, Keith Thurman, Cody Crowley, Butayev. How many? That's 8. That's already 8. That's 8 out of 10 so far, off without even really Stanionis. I only need one more. You could go Mario Barrios. I like Mario. He hurt Keith Thurman too. That's already 10. Yeah, Garcia, he's at 50 now. So I was going to say Garcia, but he kind of just moved up. Sean Porter retired. He moved up. You know, I'll try to keep it. Nah, Danny Garcia is not there anymore. So I was going to say Danny, but then he not there. Yeah, Conor Ben, he on dope or whatever. So I ain't really going to say him. But yeah, you can think of a couple of people. Rashidi Ellis, I would definitely put him up there. You know what I mean? Those are all people that easily come to name. That easily come to mind well before a David Avanesian in 2022. Lamont Peterson beat David Avnesia in 2017, and y'all was saying PBC has cherry picked matches and all that type of stuff. We got another $2 Cash App. Okay, listen, Jose Cito Lopez, I think he retired. He says Bud gets a F and F for this fight. Wow. I said Stanionis. I told you I'm the GOAT. I said all that. Danny's not at the... moving on, because y'all just saying random stuff. So anyway, that's not the dude you think of. Yeah, Mean Machine, he all right. But he got knocked out. Actually, he knocked out David Avanesian. So yeah, I guess you could put him up there. You know what I mean? So that's just the reality of the fight. Now, why do I say it's an Errol Spence duck? I know this is the point. This is the point where y'all want to test my knowledge. Mikey don't fight no more. Y'all just guessing, so I'm done. We off it. Mikey Garcia is retired as well. Y'all gotta keep up. Listen, I know y'all want to outthink me. I know y'all want to come up with extra points and try to add to the conversation, but you gotta know. If you know, you know. Why do I think it's a duck? Let's get to that. Bro, y'all got to always remember to check the dates. That's why I'm the best in the business. The information is accurate. 10/07, 10/12/22, right? I put this earlier this month on the 12th. Wait, I thought y'all told me. So this is before. Listen, the David Amnesia fight. That just got announced yesterday, right? That just got announced yesterday on October 20th. So this was at least a week before that fight was even announced. So I didn't know the direction that Crawford was going to go. So this is why Ego Stradamus strikes again. I said, wait, I thought y'all told me that Terence Crawford, quote, signed his portion of the contract a month ago and was ready to go. And we were waiting on Errol Spence, who y'all said was ducking and holding everything up. Y'all just made that up, Spence Crawford. So before he even announced, Ego Stradamus strikes again. Before he even announced this whole monkey wrench David, Amnesia fight, I put out that tweet saying, what happened to Crawford sign his portion of the contract? And this is where I really start to get surgical on y'all. So, do you guys listen to what people say and really comprehend it? Because I'm a master linguist. I'm the master of linguistics. Comes from rap, comes from my ability to write. So I pay attention to what people are saying. I pay attention to the verbiage you use, the vernacular. I'm listening to the word choice. I want to hear what you have to say. And then so a lot of people want to do what I do, but they don't apply these principles. They're going off emotion. Oh, Errol Duck. And like, that's all emotion. You're not saying that from a place of substance, which is never what I do on my channel. Can y'all please get the likes up? So peep this. I just posted that tweet earlier this month. And then I was questioning. I was like, y'all said that oh my gosh, King Corleone is brilliant. I was thinking the same, Jay-Z. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? I was thinking that too. Shout out to Hove. Shout out to King Corleone. So I was thinking about it. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Do you listen to what people are saying or I like Crawford, I like X Fighter, so I'm just going to go run with it? Because let's put two and two together. Crawford, it was alleged that Crawford had signed his portion of the contract. Is that cap or fact? We got to start there. Was it stated that Terence Crawford had signed his portion of the contract and the ball was in Errol Spence's court? Is that cap or fact? Did Crawford say, no, listen, did he say that the ball was in Errol Spence's court and he signed his portion and he was ready to go? He agreed. Is that cap or fact? Not did it occur, did he say it? Come on, let's work. Did Crawford say, and Crawford fans, did they say the ball was in Errol Spence's court? Is that a fact that they said that? Oh my gosh. You guys have to listen to the question before, because I know some of you guys want to answer, but you're not listening. Please listen. This is what I'm talking about, listening to people and emotion and reacting. As a man got to be in charge of his emotion. I'm going to say it again. Did Crawford fans, Team Crawford, accuse Errol Spence of ducking? Did they say that they signed their portion, whether you believed them or not? Did they say that they signed their portion and it was agreed and the ball was in Errol Spence's court and they were waiting? Is that a factual thing that they said, or is that cap? Okay, thank you. Eric H., thank you. People are saying it's a fact. And listen, please, I don't know how y'all do on other channels and Instagram and stuff, but when you come to y'all got to put your thinking caps on, because I ain't got no time to waste. Smash the like button. So boom, I can prove that he said this. Boom. Here, I'll zoom in for you. I agreed to all of their bull-ish, and they've been dragging their for months. Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal. What does that even mean? Spence was nowhere to be found. Where, like, he has a team that negotiates on his behalf. He says, once I'm successful against Avanesian, my plan is still the same, to whoop Errol Spence. So I'm proving this is proving to you, Terence Crawford on Spence negotiations per ESPN. He says, I agreed to all of their BS and they've been dragging their ASS. There, you know what. So let's put two and two together. Ego Stradamus strikes again. How did you agree to their BS and agree to the terms, and the same people you're talking to, the same outlet that broke the news and got the firsthand scoop on the David Avanesian was ESPN. So the people you're talking to, you previously told them that terms were agreed. Terms were agreed, and now you're confirming that I agreed to all of PBC and Errol Spence team's BS. Then you say they've been dragging their ASS, they've been dragging their butts for months. Let's put this together. If you agreed, then how are they dragging their butts? Think. If you were, so let's say me and Business Brain, that's my dog. If me and Business Brain were going to go into a business, he liked the terms, I liked the terms. And in Business Brain, I sent him some information. I said, read over this. And he said, good. This is a good deal. We have ourselves a deal. I agree. Right? Then there's no problem because Business Brain agreed and liked the deal. And he's a happy camper. So again, you guys, Team Crawford, said that the man agreed to the terms, all of the principal terms that are usually the biggest sticking points to making any fight. So how did PBC and Errol Spence, they've been dragging their ASS for months if you had agreed? That doesn't make sense. Hutchman, appreciate you. 10 pound from the UK. Ego, my guy, all day repping the UK. Crawford didn't want to get his body disintegrated. The man said disintegrated by Spence. Please get the likes up, guys. Why is it so hard to tap a like button when it's free and effort? Oh my God. Shout out to Hutchman, bro. Why is it so hard? Dre Finest sent $2. Not you scared, but Bud is, you dig? Good work, Ego. Kamal Oz, that's an order, he said. He said, y'all better get the likes up. So again, how did Bud agree to principal deal points, the major deal points, and he agreed, and then he's throwing it on PBC and blaming PBC, said they were dragging their ASS. How are they dragging their ASS? That doesn't even make sense if you had already agreed. If you agreed, that means you're satisfied. There's a level of satiety to the contract. So that means you're a happy cancer. You agreed to all of their BS, you said. Then you signed the contract. You have a fight. So the whole blaming Al and blame your daddy Al and all that, that's a distraction. The other comment, this is from Bud Crawford. He says, Errol Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make a deal. What does that even mean, bro? Is Bud the sharpest knife in the drawer? He says Errol Spence was nowhere to be found when I was trying to make the deal. This is not a schoolyard fight where you guys, gang, the Bloods and the Crips, meet up at the park. What is he talking about? At the elite level, you have lawyers involved, you have teams, you have a manager, you have an advisor, and you have an attorney and stuff. They get the contract because they know the legal language, right? So just listen to what people are saying. Spence was nowhere to be found. Listen, I'll make it bigger for you. He says Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal. So again, I get it. You're trying the blame game, and that evokes emotion. So people get emotional. Oh, Errol duck, because he said that. But listen to what's being said. Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make a deal. Where you don't, it's not like you just go to Starbucks and meet up with Spence individually to make the fight. So that doesn't even make sense what he's saying. This is not, like I said, it's not a schoolyard fight like Bloods and Crips, and then we just say, oh, meet me at the park. Meet me at Centennial at 3 p.m. I'm going to beat you. Bro, this is high level, elite level, multi-million dollar prize fighting. So what is he talking about? Spence was nowhere to be found. You don't have to be on FaceTime with Spence. And I would venture to say more often than not in boxing, it actually doesn't work like that. A team sends you a contract and then they say, oh, I got a deadline on Friday or whatever. And then you and your legal team, your attorneys, your advisor sit down, or they sit down. Okay, I'm not even trying to be funny, but this is no disrespect to any prize fighter. A lot of prize fighters aren't the smartest knives. You know what I'm saying? They're not the sharpest knives in the drawer. I know personally, boxers that never graduated high school that dropped out. If I'm not mistaken, Floyd Mayweather dropped out, right? And this is not, an attack session on people who've dropped out, but this whole like hood mentality of like, Spence was nowhere to be found. It's not the fighters. A lot of these fighters come from nothing, come from impoverished areas and inner cities, and some of them probably can't spell or read or write or have no other skills other than the ability to fight and scrap. So what is Spence was nowhere to be found? What does that truly mean? Outside of the emotion of trying to provoke and evoke emotion, where was he? He was supposed to meet you where? At BJ's? Like, you're supposed to go to Applebee's and meet up with him? What do you mean he was nowhere? He was in Texas with his family. He was in the gym. I know that for a fact. He was training. If you look at any recent Errol Spence fight, he's keeping his weight down. So again, if you listen to what people are saying, Crawford told on himself. He told on himself. And Eddie Hearn does the same thing, where they'll say something and then you got to sift through the BS and the filler to get to what they're saying. Like the whole Spence was nowhere to be found. That you could just throw that whole sentence out because that doesn't even make sense. Where was Spence? He was supposed to meet you up one-on-one. That's not how fights are made. So you mean to tell me when Floyd wanted to fight Canelo, Floyd FaceTime Canelo? Get the out of here. You know why? Because Canelo, his English wasn't even good then. So how did they make the fight if they don't even speak the same common language at the time? See, y'all dumb as hell and y'all trying to go against me is not going to work. Bro, if a fighter and another fighter are going to fight and there's a language barrier, like let's say this dude's Russian, he's, Triple G, let's say he didn't speak English, he's from Kazakhstan, right? How does any American person who don't speak Russian or Kazakhstan, not from how would you even handle the negotiations for a fight? If you want to fight a Spanish fight, you want to fight a guy from Mexico, how would you even negotiate that? So you mean to tell me Maidana don't speak English? I ain't never seen him speak English. And Floyd called Maidana and said, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up? It's Floyd. I'm trying to fight." That's not how it works. So for Crawford to say Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make a deal, I got to call cap on that, because it's like, why do you care where Spence is at? He don't have to show up. All he has to do is to sign. I'm telling you how the business works. So again, Bud Crawford has this like hood mentality, and like he's saying these things, but to me, it don't make sense. You don't need to know where Spence is. Spence could be at Dave and Buster's. That's none of your concern. He doesn't have to FaceTime you. He doesn't have to meet with you. See, Bud, he's a street dude. Let's be real. He's a street dude, comes from a rough city, whatever, right? So that's the politics that he's bringing into the game. But that's not the business game. That's not how any businesses work. You don't like it. To me, it seems like Bud feels getting the fight done is yelling on Twitter. Getting the fight done is when Errol had the red hoodie on and then you seen him and y'all was both trash talking. That didn't get the fight done. Remember when Errol had the red hoodie? There was that Maurice Hooker fight in Oklahoma or whatever, and Bud was talking trash, and he's like, "I'll stop him." Errol Spence like, "I'll stop him. I'll stop him." And he's like, "You fat. You can't stop me." That's hood stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just trash talking and playing the dozens and roasting. That's not, I can assure you, I've been in the game long enough. That's not how the fight gets done. That's not how it gets done. When Top Rank wanted Mean Machine and Crawford, that you think Crawford had to go meet at the local diner and cafe with Mean Machine to get the fight done? Come on, bro. Y'all not messing with me, bro. So Crawford has to go to the local bodega or something, and you got to go to the library and meet Mean Machine. That's not, your team does it. So for him to say Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal, that shows me you're just trying to place blame and you want your emotional Bud buddies to just attack Spence for ducking without thinking. You mad. That's what's up, block him. I get paid. You mad. You broke. I wouldn't be mad. Aluso. He sent $339 into CashApp. Who should Errol target next? Thurman, Stanionis? Well, I'll talk about that later. Appreciate you though. Bro, some people say stuff and it's to, like, I guess evoke emotion. Again, what does Errol Spence was nowhere to be found? What does that actually mean? You don't have to meet with Errol. You meet with his team. You send something to his lawyer. It's not like y'all gather around, have a potluck and go over deal points. You live your own life. You have your own team. You have your own attorney and lawyers and stuff and legal language, and they send something to you. That's how that works. So to me, that already sounds foolish. But again, he said months ago or a couple months ago, a month ago, that I agreed to everything. And he says it again. I agreed to all their BS, but they were dragging their butts for months. How did you agree to everything? If you agreed, that means you're happy with the deal, but then you're not happy with the deal because the same people who are dealing with Crawford and getting the scoop, which is ESPN, and they're also doing Max Kellerman interviews where they're blaming Al Haymon. So there's clearly an agenda there. But anyway, this whole ESPN machine, you said you agreed. I agreed to all their BS. Then you said they were dragging their butts. What would there be to drag their butt about if you agreed to everything? I need one person to make that make sense. If you have an agreement is an agreement. So what would PBC or Haymon, since y'all think he's the devil or whatever, what would he have to drag? What could he do? What could he do if you already agreed to the terms? Make that make sense. Please, anybody. Anybody. So the whole Crawford wagon is starting. The wheels are falling off. If he agreed, then the contract would have been signed already. That's what I'm saying. So again, I live in a real world. Either you did or you don't. You do or you don't. You will or you won't. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say I agreed and I agreed to all their BS, but then ESPN also put out the article, said Crawford's holding it up because he wants transparency. Crawford's holding it up because he needs details on the expense list and all this stuff. And ESPN came out, the whole article said the fight was in jeopardy. So the information somewhere down the chain, the information is bad. The information is bad. There's no way that makes sense. You agreed, but then weeks later, we didn't hear about the fight actually. Man, I'm gonna show y'all. You see, because y'all playing with the right one. Listen, y'all got the right one. Y'all got the right one. Y'all got the right one. Of course I've been saying this because I'm the GOAT. Y'all got the right one though. Give my likes up. Y'all got the right one. Listen, send me likes or send me loot. Because what I'm doing to you is not going to be cute. Bro, listen, I promise you I'm the GOAT. I promise you on everything. Listen, this is what y'all want. I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give the fans what they want. I'm going to give you what you want. I'm Burger King. You're going to have it your way. So he said he agreed and everything. He agreed to all their BS. So you reiterated that you agreed, but then you didn't really agree at all. And I'll prove it. Just give me 1 second. Please get the likes up. I'm the best in the business. Okay. So just so we're on the same page. I agreed to all of PBC, all of their BS, and they've been dragging their butts for months. Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal. I've already executed that point. Where was he supposed to be? Was he supposed to go to Omaha and meet you? That's not how deals are done. And then he says some other stuff. Once I'm successful against Avanesian, I want to whoop Errol Spence's butt. So this second sentence is deleted. Just toss that out there. This last sentence, I'm going to whoop him. You know, that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen if you can whoop him or not. So throw those two statements out. And we're going to focus on, I agreed to all of PBC's BS, and they've been dragging their butt for months. Keep in mind that I tweeted this October 12th. Wait, I thought y'all told me Terence Crawford signed his portion a month ago, and he was ready to go, waiting on Errol Spence, who y'all said was ducking and holding everything up. Y'all clearly made that up. So I said this in advance on October 12th. You said that Crawford signed a month ago. How would I have put that tweet out, right? I agreed to everything. I agreed to all of PBC's BS. Got you. So note you didn't, because Mike Coppinger, the same person that got the scoop on the Avni Yildirim, it says Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight at risk over a dispute on contract details. On contract details. Right? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, undisputed fight at welterweight is in jeopardy because of a lingering dispute regarding the contract. So you lied to me. You lied to me. El Kukui, you lie. Bro, look, what does that say? The fight is in jeopardy because of lingering dispute regarding the contract. Sources told ESPN. And I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but based on the fact that Crawford and his team told you about the Avanesian fight before anybody else, I would say your source came from Crawford's side, right? It says if the pay-per-view fight is finalized, it won't take place November 19th, but rather December or January. Look, ESPN, hold on. Spence and Crawford, this is what they reported. Spence and Crawford had agreed to terms with Crawford set to earn the short end of the financial split, which is your B-side, of course. ESPN reported earlier this month, this is the issue. Crawford wants transparency related to event expenses since the contract contains no guaranteed purse, sources said. Wait. You just said Spence and Crawford had agreed to the terms. So all of the major deal points you agreed to. So that's money, right? And then here's the article. Boom. So ESPN lied to you and says Crawford agreed to the terms along with Spence. Then they came back and said the fight's at risk because of dispute. And the issue is Crawford wants transparency related on expenses. Then Terence Crawford himself said, I agreed to all their BS. Make that make sense. I agreed to all their BS. So that there's no way this story checks out. You agreed to all their BS, but then you said they lack transparency, wouldn't open their books and all this other stuff. It's looking shaky. It's looking shaky. Again, you got to pay attention to what people are saying. You said they need to open their books, and so you created another issue. That's how that works. You created another issue. The main issues everybody ironed out, which took the bulk of the months, I'm imagining, and then you came up with something else that you were unsatisfied with, which sheds light on Bob Arum and what he said about Crawford. He says, I don't want to deal with, I'm just paraphrasing, got to a point where Bob Arum says, I don't care anymore. I'm 90 years old almost. I don't got time to deal with Crawford. I'll just let Todd DeBuff, my stepson, handle it. Crawford is a lost leader. I lose money every time he fights. I could have bought me a house in Malibu or Beverly Hills or whatever off of the last fights. He also doubled down on it. Bob Arum says, I don't give a ish if Crawford's mad. I don't give a ish if his family's mad because it's the truth. He says, I lose money on Crawford fights. Shove it up your ass. Take it or leave it. Right? So now those old things that Bob Arum was accused of being a hater for, they're starting to look pretty accurate. They're starting to look pretty accurate, bro. maybe Crawford really is hard to deal with. That's what it appears to me. But again, see, y'all accept in boxing double talk from Eddie Hearn. Y'all in boxing accept double talk from Terence Crawford. I don't. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm going to do what I want. I don't accept the double talk. You can't tell me you agreed to everything and I agreed to all their BS, but then the article came out and said you really didn't agree to everything because you were mad about they didn't open their books and lack of transparency and you need to know where the revenue's going. So Crawford fans is looking real shaky right now. The diehard Bud buddies. So furthermore, so now it looks like you created an issue and you had this real plan, your real plan, which was to fight David Avenesian. That's how I'm taking it. Because why would I trust a person whose story is not checking out? You talk, oh, Errol Spence, he was nowhere to be found. Where? What do you mean? Where was he supposed to be? You got to talk to his people. You got to talk to Haymon and his team and his lawyer and stuff. You don't talk to Errol Spence directly. This ain't no street fight. This ain't no street fight, cuz. Like you just meet up and you guys, oh man, where you want to scrap? This is big. This is like networks are involved. What are y'all talking about? This is multi-million dollar business with big multi-million dollar guarantees and 6, 7, 8 figure stuff we're talking about. This ain't, oh, where's Errol at? Like you need to talk to, you don't need to talk to Errol. You need to talk to his team and then he'll relay the information or his team relay the information to him. He agreed. Y'all getting cooked. Y'all getting cooked, bro.
He got cooked.
Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Smokey says $5. The same reason he ain't signed the Pac-Man fight is the same reason he ain't signed this fight. Fear. Damn. So I agreed to everything, but in reality, I didn't. And I didn't agree to everything because I need more stuff. That's what that says. That's what that tells me. You can't say I agreed to everything and then you really didn't agree to everything because you're still mad and there's other things that you want accomplished. So you didn't agree to everything. But let Bud tell it. It's all Errol's fault. It's all Al Haymon's fault. They ruined everything and I really want to fight and Errol didn't want it as much as me and yada, 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 yada. Dang, old Bob Arum looking better than Bud Crawford. Now that's hard to do. And see, Bob Arum, he been lying too, like in his career. So since he's lied, people just assume that he was picking on Crawford because Crawford was finna leave. But now he don't. I swear to you, he don't look crazy. He said all the stuff he said look correct in a mug. Bud is hard to deal with. Bud don't promote. Bud don't, bro. What did he say? Everything he said looking like a prophecy. So, and here, bro, I have so much more that I can't wait to cook y'all with. Remember Crawford did that Instagram. Bro, I told you, the ammo is unlimited. The ammo is unlimited. Please get the likes up. The ammo is unlimited. I promise you. Before the end of this year, y'all will be burnt to a crisp. I promise you. Keep playing around with me and I'm going to dig up more stuff. I'm going to excavate your ass, bro. I promise you. Because I told you, one thing that no one in boxing will do to me is insult my intelligence. Again, if Crawford said, I just need a tune-up, I bet. It sucks. I want to see the Spence fight more, but I can appreciate your honesty. But going around and going about it like this, no. Now the boy ego got to put work in. And it's all fact. So who remembers? My memory is crazy. This y'all can't. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible for y'all to outthink me. There's more of y'all in here than there are of me, and not one of y'all can do nothing to outthink me. I promise you. I dare someone to come with a counterpoint and see if they can outthink me when it comes to this whole Spence stuff. I promise it won't happen. So who remembers my memory is crazy. I keep telling y'all, believe it or don't. I don't care. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Who remembers when Bud Crawford got on Instagram Live and he had like a black shirt and a black hat on? And he was like, he was saying some really weird points, in my opinion. He was like, they said, if I beat Mean Machine, but if Mean Machine were to beat, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then he was downgrading all of Errol Spence's accomplishments, and making it look like Errol Spence wasn't ish. Who remembers that? If you remember, say, I remember. Remember the time. He had a black hat on and a black, and if I could find it on my computer, because I do have it, that's your, bro, I promise I'm going to catch a body. I promise I'll catch a body. Who remembers when Crawford had it was a black, yeah. Oh, if I found, hold on. I hope I didn't find it right now. I told you I stay strapped. I stay strapped with the heat. Hold on. Yeah, I think I found it. Hold on. Listen, get the likes up to 400. That's your, oh my God, bro. Bro, get the likes to 400. Watch. I promise you. See, this is not what you want. Y'all can play the games and act like it's what you want until it comes. Bro, tell me I didn't find it. Oh, it's over. It's over. Bro, it's over. I found it. It's over. It's the full length. Shout out to Jedi. It's over. 400, y'all slayed. Listen, when I get to 400, y'all slayed. I promise you. I told you I stay with the heat. I stay ready and I stay ready to speak. There ain't nobody going to outthink me. Ain't nobody better than me. I've been doing this and you're not going to insult my intelligence. Let's play the game. I found it. I told you I had all this stuff. See, that's why I'm saying I really love boxing and I really do this. So the receipts is on deck. I'm Big Money Ego. Y'all not gonna play these games with me and then think I forgot. I don't forget. I remember what you told me. Listen, they said don't start a war unless I got my money right. I got my money right now. I won war. So let's get the likes to 400. And once you do it, I'm going to cook y'all extra crispy. I'm going to give it to you how you want. We'll listen to this again and y'all going to get cooked. Because in real time, when certain things are said, it is what it is. I always thought this was a peculiar interview. But when we watch it again, it's going to sound crazy. And I can assure that. 400 likes and that's over for you. 400 likes and it's over for you. The next person that solicits anybody's name in my chat, good, bad, I don't care what you're saying, you will be blocked. Shooters, we are on Code Alpha. DEFCON 2. The next person that mentions anyone outside of Ego's Army and Boxing Ego will be removed. Because I don't know what y'all talking about, nor do I care. I don't know what anyone else says. That's not my business. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Y'all been warned. And don't come crying, oh, Ego blocked me. No, you're going to stay blocked for this. So you've been warned. I'm not playing no games. 400 in this. Oh, we hit the 400. All right. All right. Play with me. Play with me.
Yeah. My stomach.
That boy said my stomach.
Wendorski.
I don't know what none of this part is. Hold on.
Fighters fighting each other.
So bear in mind, this is old.
Let's all be real for one moment.
Yeah,
Everybody
block him.
talking about they always,
So this was before Errol Danny.
they real and they know boxing.
Okay, hold on.
Danny Garcia.
He said everybody talking. Listen, let's see if y'all stump me. He said everybody talking like they know boxing. Let's be real.
Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Stomach. Wendorski. Okay, we live, y'all.
Watch.
I'm bored. In Colorado Springs. I don't have nothing to do but go back and forth with you. You and my peoples. What's up, Julie? Yeah? I just want to talk boxing a little bit with
All right.
everybody, you know what I mean?
Let's hear what he said.
Everybody always coming at my throat. They say, you know, I ain't fought nobody at the 147-pound division.
They said I ain't fought nobody at the 147-pound division. By pulling out an Errol Spence fight and fighting David Evanesian, is that helping his legacy? Yes or no in the comment section. We do not move until y'all vote. He says y'all are complaining about my resume. Does a fight with David Evanesian so you have the hometown advantage. We know you're the better fighter on paper. You're undefeated and never been stopped, and he's been stopped. You fighting on the Black Power app. You have all the advantages. Does David Evanesian change your mind? So again, Crawford, he's been saying the same stuff. Oh, y'all hating on my resume. Man.
Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean?
He be laughing, okay.
Everybody, the top welterweights in the divisions, you know what I mean, when they say they is.
They not the top welterweights in the division when they say they is, but David Evanesian is. All right.
Who y'all got this weekend, Danny or Errol?
So this was the weekend of Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, exactly when he did it, for your reference. So December 2020 probably.
My take, it's going to be a good fight.
Good fight.
We got two talented fighters fighting each other.
So he said Danny Garcia, Errol Spence is going to be a good fight, two talented fighters fighting each other. So you're admitting Errol Spence's resume is killing you because you're saying it's a good fight.
But let's all be real.
Uh-oh. Hey, get the likes up.
For one moment. And everybody talking about they always, you know, they real and they know boxing. Well, let's be real. If you know boxing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight in the division?
Bro, I told you it was going to get ugly. Bro, I shook up the world. Do you hear what this man just said? Oh, say it again. Bro, listen. I tried to warn y'all that this is not what you want from Boxing Ego. You don't want me in my bag. Didn't I just tell y'all that? Didn't I just tell you that? The man Crawford says, everybody say they know boxing. Let's just talk this boxing. Man, this weekend, Errol Spence fighting Danny Garcia. Good fight, good fight. They both good fighters. And then he says, what makes Danny a top dude? You just said he was a good fighter. This can't be real. Bro, give me some better work. Listen, I shook up the world. I shook up the game of boxing. Get me some better work. I'm too thorough at my job. He opened up saying, and he went to the fight on top of everything else. He was in Texas for the boy Big Fish. What y'all talking about? So you took your black ass up to Texas, and they were like, this EJ City, Dallas, all that. You went to the fight. And now you gave props and said, oh, good fight. Danny's a great fighter. Errol's a great fighter, and went to the fight. And in the very next statement, you said, what made Danny a top dude? And you tell me this ain't hating. You tell me that ego ain't cooking. You tell me I'm not the greatest. You tell me that I ain't shook up the world. Y'all better stop. I told you.
Can somebody tell me that?
So let me run it back, bro.
They say, you know, I ain't fought nobody.
So you mad because people saying you ain't fought no one, you fighting amnesia, bro. You fighting amnesia. That's why they saying that. But then you just acknowledged that Danny Garcia and Errol Spence is a great match. Then you said they're both great fighters, then immediately hated on Danny Garcia by posing some question as if at the time in 2020, Danny Garcia wasn't a top welterweight. Oh my.
7-pound division. Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean? Because everybody.
Hey, block the idol, yo. Thank you. Listen.
Top welterweights in the divisions. You know what I mean?
Bro, he said I talk like I drunk. Bro, I haven't had a sip of any alcohol in over a year just cause I got the willpower and I don't care about alcohol. But when I'm cooking so crazy, notice they always have to say stupid stuff. But listen for the contradiction.
When they say they is. Who y'all got this weekend?
Listen,
Danny or Errol?
Who you got, Danny or Errol?
My take, it's going to be a good fight.
It's going to be a good fight.
You know, you got two talented fighters fighting.
You know you got two talented fighters fighting
each other.
Hold on, listen.
On division.
Great fight.
Yeah. And I just be laughing, you know what I mean? Cause
watch.
Everybody, the top and everybody talking about they always, you know, they real and they know boxing. Well, let's be real. If you know boxing, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight in the division?
You just said, say it again. Bro, say it again. I don't know what the school system is like in Nebraska, but this is crazy. You just said they're two talented fighters and it's a good fight, went to the fight, and then you said what makes Danny a top guy, posing this weird question like Danny's not that dude.
The top welterweights in the divisions.
Just listen.
You know what I mean?
And Danny beat, I think they're 1-1 in the amateurs, but yeah, he does have a win over you. Listen.
When they say they is. Who y'all got this weekend?
Listen.
Danny or Errol?
Say it again.
My take, it's going to be a good fight.
Good fight.
You know, you got two talented fighters fighting each other. But let's all be real for one moment. And everybody talking about they always, you know, they real and they know boxing. Well, let's be real. If you know boxing, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top welterweight in the division? Can somebody tell me that?
Bro, why should we consider Danny Garcia a top what? Because you just said he was? Because you just said they're two talented fighters and went to the fight? Any more brain busters? Bro, this can't be real. Get me some better work. He just said that the fight with Errol Spence and Danny Garcia is a good fight because you have two talented fighters and two great fighters. Then he said, oh yeah, but tell me why Danny's a top guy. You just said he was a top guy when you said that he was a great fighter and Errol was a great fighter and it was a good fight and it's two talented guys. And you said it when you bought a ticket or got comped a ticket and flew from Colorado. He said he was in Colorado Springs Olympic Training Center and you flew your butt to Texas. So what is this whole like devil's advocate of like, oh, is Danny really good though? And then fast forward to the future, you're fighting David Amnesian. You fighting Mr. Amnesia, and I hope I could forget about it. He the real amnesia. I want to forget about this fight. So, Bud, this whole time, he's been like, why y'all keep roasting my resume? My resume good. What make Danny a top dude? You sound like Rico and Belly, bruh. What make Danny Garcia a top dude in 2020? But what make David Amnesia a good dude? Man, stop.
And that's my boy, you know what I mean? I ain't
now it's his boy.
Hating on him or nothing.
I ain't hating on him, but you hating on him. Okay.
I just want to hear, you know, from the people.
Bro, Never mind.
I just want to see what people will allude to.
So you're basically insinuating Danny Garcia is not dope when you just told us he was talented and great. All right.
Can anybody tell me why Danny Garcia is the top welterweight in the division?
Why is David Evanesian the top guy and you're trying to sell it to ESPN saying he's dangerous?
Nobody yet.
He said nobody yet. All right.
Okay. I ain't mad at Danny. Danny my boy, man.
I ain't mad at Danny. Danny my boy. All right.
I'm cool with Danny. I came up with Danny.
I'm cool with Danny. I came up with Danny.
I'm just
And he beat you. And you beat him.
speaking facts now.
He said I'm speaking
Nah,
facts.
man.
Okay.
I'm speaking facts.
All right.
Because everybody, always slamming my record, coming at my throat, saying this and that. So I got to give it back sometimes.
Everyone's coming at your record because you're not fighting Danny Garcia in 2020. Everyone's coming at your record because you're not fighting Mikey Garcia in 2019. Everyone's coming at your record because you're not fighting Ordenis Ugas this year. You're fighting David Amnesia.
I mean, let's be real. Danny ain't beat nobody in the welterweight division.
Bro, stop playing with me. I didn't want to do this, but y'all made me. Bro, he said Danny didn't beat no one top in the welterweight division. Okay, who David Amnesia beat in the welterweight division? See, y'all don't like when I revisit history now. Bro, he just said David or whatever, Danny Garcia ain't done nothing. That's what he's saying. But he keeps saying, Danny, my boy, Danny, my boy. He don't sound like he's your boy.
He beat Paulie.
Okay, he beat Paulie. And David Amnesia got knocked out by Mean Machine, who you knocked out. David Amnesia or whatever, Avnesian, he beat Josh Kelly. He got 10 fights. Paulie had more than 10 fights, though.
Robert Guerrero.
Robert Guerrero got more than 10 fights, like Josh Kelly, the only name that David Avnesian beat.
And everybody beat them.
Everybody beat that. Everybody beat David Amnesia.
Ask me.
Lamont Peterson beat him. Mean Machine beat him.
So, if Errol beats Danny,
Bro, listen to the forked tongue talk. If Errol beats Danny. So, you started off by saying Danny and Errol are great, terrific, talented fighters. Then you play this weird devil's advocate where you say, what makes Danny a top dude? He ain't beat no one. He only beat guys that, bro, this is very passive aggressive. He ain't beat nobody. Then you said, if Errol wins. So you've really flip-flopped 3 times. 3 times. You gave props, immediately took it back by insulting Danny Garcia and what he's done and continued to do such. And then now you're saying, if Errol Spence, which he did, beats Danny Garcia. So if you're saying if he beats Danny Garcia, then that means Danny Garcia is a good guy and you give him a chance to beat Errol Spence in 2020 when the fight happened.
And it's going to be a walk in the park.
And then you admit that Errol Spence fighting Danny is not a walk in the park. I mean, the contradiction is ridiculous.
Danny can fight his ass off. That's why I consider him one of the top welterweights in the division.
So now, passive aggressive, now he says he considers Danny a top welterweight. So you're mad that people aren't giving your resume the same like credence as Errol Spence, but then you just went through these like verbal gymnastics just to only admit that Danny Garcia is a good fighter.
Not taking away his 2 close decision losses that he have. I got him, up there. But at the same time, if we going by...
Bro, I got him up there, but if we going by... Bro, which one is it? So is he trash or not, bro?
What the media say, he's not a top welterweight.
Bro, get this man out of here. So he's trying his hardest with these mental gymnastics or whatever to play this game about if Danny's good. And then he said, Danny's my boy and we cool and I know him and came up with him. But you're being rude to Danny Garcia's whole lineage. And then you say he's not a top welterweight after all that. Man, stop. But then you fighting David Avnesian and Mean Machine who aren't better and haven't done more than Danny Garcia, and you fought Amir Khan on pay-per-view, and Amir Khan got blasted and knocked out by Danny Garcia. Stop playing with me. Before this video was created, Danny had already knocked out Amir Khan, right? You fought Amir Khan after Danny, after Bradis Prescott, and after the biggest knockout of Amir Khan's whole career, Canelo, occurred. Ryan Wright, salute Ego. I got to meet Errol today. Cool dude. That's what's up. Bro, y'all, I'm gonna listen. Y'all about to meet God because I'm killing y'all. Listen, shout out to Ryan Wright. Y'all about to meet God because y'all getting flamed. You fought Amir Khan on pay-per-view 2 fights after Canelo destroyed him and snot came out of his nose. And then you're playing this game of why people don't respect my welterweight resume and why are y'all giving Errol Spence credit, this whole passive aggressive.
He lost. He did his thing, but he lost. Just being honest, we keeping it real. The 2 shots that he had, he lost.
The 2 shots that he had, he lost. And the 2 biggest names that David Avanesian fought, he lost. You ain't beat. Oh my God, bro. Listen, y'all need to stop playing with me because this will really ruin you. What I'm doing will really ruin you because y'all don't like me in this Machiavelli, Egovelli mode. I promise you. I promise you. I could stop it right there. This is not what you want because, and I don't have to lie. I'm not insulting Terence Crawford as a man. I'm not calling him out his name. This is all fact. I respect him still as a fighter. You can be mad at the content, but you can't prove me wrong. That's the God honest truth. So y'all might want to stop. I told you, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just deal with it. You were supposed to fight Errol and you ducked. It is what it is, bro. But this has aged like milk. This has aged very bad. You are trying to pick apart Errol Spence's resume to make you look good. And still trying to justify your resume. And you're like, why people ain't giving me credit? I want me some credit. I want me some credit. I would like that credit too. Errol did heavier lifting. It's not that Crawford's not a good fighter. He fought better guys when it mattered. It's that simple. But this whole charade is bad, especially when 2 years after this was recorded, you're still fighting David Avanesian. Oh my God, bro, listen to what I'm saying. This was done in 2020, this recording. You're years later, the only thing you've done is fought Errol Spence leftovers, Kell Brook after Errol Spence and Golovkin tore his eyes up, Sean Porter after Errol Spence beat him convincingly and dropped him, and he had a 400-day plus layoff. And now you're fighting David Avanesian when the world thought you were going to fight against Errol. It just doesn't age good, bro.
Now, given Terence Crawford case, you know what I mean? You can say what you want. I won the fights that I had to win, you know?
Yeah, you don't keep winning them. You keep fighting amnesia.
Against the guys that I had to win against. Errol Spence, you know what? He fought Kell Brook. He beat Kell Brook. You know, Sean Porter ain't beat the top welterweight.
Say it again, bro. What the am I? Say it again. Say another mother word and this is over. Tell me this man did not just insult Errol Spence beating Kell Brook and Sean Porter only to later fight in that order Kell Brook and Sean Porter. Say it again. Oh! I'm done. I am done. I am the greatest that has ever lived in boxing history when it comes to doing my job, covering boxing in the digital space. Tell me he didn't just insult Errol Spence. Sean Porter ain't really done it. Kell Brook, okay, you beat him. Bro, you fought the same people, but only after him. Man, listen, give me some better work, man. Give me some. Listen, I need y'all to give me. I don't have any challenge in boxing, bro. So he did that in 2020, only to later fight Kell Brook himself. Only to fight Sean Porter off a 400-day layoff when he was a telecaster, podcaster, and doing all this. Man, stop. Bro, y'all don't want it with me. And there's nothing his team or whoever can do to save him from the truth. The only thing you can say is, oh, that's my brother Bud, or that's my friend. And I hate ego.
Y'all claim.
Bro.
But am I
keeping
it real?
He keeping it real, huh?
The 2 shots that he had, he lost.
Danny Garcia lost.
Now, giving Terence Crawford case.
Man, stop.
You know what I mean? You can say what you want. I won the fights that I had to win.
Okay,
you know,
Errol Spence. Errol Spence had better competition and won the fights that he had to win. What are you talking about? What are we saying?
That I had to win against. Errol Spence, you know what? He fought Kell Brook. He beat Kell Brook. You know, Sean Porter ain't beat the top welterweight. Y'all claim. But in my eyes, Sean Porter didn't fought all the welterweights. There is the fight, but Terence Crawford.
Bro, you were insulting Errol Spence's run, and then you fought back-to-back people he had already beat 2-3 years before you.
Sean Porter is another one that, you know, came up short in a lot of fights.
He came up short in a lot of fights, including the Ugas fight, including the Errol Spence fight, and you fought him after that. Oh, give me some. If y'all, listen, get the likes up. Y'all gonna send me your money, or y'all gonna send me your likes and love, because I need a challenge. They said this is really good journalism. Exactly. Of course it is, because I'm the best in the business. Y'all gonna send me your money, or you gonna send me your likes, because I'm just cooking for free. This is a second live of just pure ether and destruction. I told you the ether part 2 was coming.
Well, a few fights, but he made them close. You know, Thurman.
Bro, you can't really justify beating a guy after a guy unless it was like Canelo, where Canelo loses to Floyd Mayweather and he was young enough where he got better, or whatever people said. You know what I'm saying? But Sean Porter lost to Keith Thurman. I thought he lost to Danny Garcia, lost to Ugas, and then he definitely lost to Errol Spence. And you fought him after all that.
He fought quite a few welterweights in the division. But when we talking, you know, the number 1 guy in the division, you know, we got to be talking about Terence Crawford, man.
How are you the number 1? Like, you didn't fight at the times the more relevant people than Errol, but you're saying that you're the number 1 person. Shout to Jedi. Let's go.
Moving up, doing my thing.
Bro, Crawford and his team they have this like affinity or this love fest. They are enamored with this whole concept of Crawford moved up. Crawford moved up. You had to move up because there were no stinking fights for you at that specific moment. Regis Prograis wasn't a thing like that. Josh Taylor wasn't a thing like that when you was at these lighter division, 140 or whatever. You had to move up. You had already become undisputed. 135 was dry at the time. It's popping now. It would have been great, you know, if Crawford came up in the Teofimo, Devin Haney era with Tank Davis and stuff, but it didn't. It didn't work out like that. You're older than them, and that was your generation. And that's sometimes divisions skip a generation where it'll be dry and dormant. Like light heavyweight will be boo-boo, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of top light heavyweights all at once. You know what I'm saying? So this is aged extremely bad for Terence Crawford. I need y'all to get the likes up, though. We still working. Crawford cut out the middleman. Man, cut him out. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, bro. You's talking stupid. I don't care what these weasels are talking about, bro. Everybody in the comment section, they either get it or they don't get it. And occasionally you get some dudes that want to condescend and come up with this like talking points to hear themselves talk. Crawford cut out the middleman. Bro, he's fighting on Black Planet or whatever this stuff is called. And you talking about, oh, you cut out the middleman. Bro, there's an interview with Jay-Z and Jay-Z and Kevin Hart. And then he said a lot of people worried about percentage, but he says you could have 100% of nothing. Like you can have a company that ain't worth nothing, but own 100%, or you can have a company like Apple and only own 1 to 3%, but it's 1 to 3% of $1 trillion company. Y'all think you can outsmart me, but I promise you, you will not be able to. I've spent my whole life for these very moments, the Black Mamba. Like, who cares if you have 100% ownership over something if it's not viable? You know what I'm saying? You got 100% ownership over a company that makes no money. I would rather have 5% ownership over Apple because they're doing great and they're a $1 trillion company, or Amazon or something. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's looking ugly for y'all. And y'all told me that y'all wasn't feeling good, so you wanted me to put you out your misery. Here I am.
Willing to prove it too.
I'm willing to prove it by fighting David Ebenezer 2 years later. Oh, man. Bro, he said I'm willing to prove it by fighting David Ebenezer 2 years after this was recorded.
But this week gonna be a tremendous fight, I'm telling y'all. You know what I mean? Danny ain't no pushover, and everybody excited to see how Errol gonna come back. You know, we shall see this week. But let's not hate on my victories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Every time I fight, everybody got something to say. Prior to the fight, everybody thought I was gonna lose.
Say it again. Say another mother effing word, and this is over. Say it again. I know this man did not say prior to all of my fights, everybody thought I was going to lose. Please tell me I heard that wrong. Please tell me that's not what he just said. I need y'all to do me a favor and please tell me that my ears deceive me. Tell me this man did not say after all of my fights, people thought I was going to lose until I achieved a victory. I've never once picked against Crawford. The only fight that I would even consider it at welterweight would be possibly Errol or Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I have to think about it when it happens and all that.
I hate on my victories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Every time I fight, everybody got something to say. Prior to the fight, everybody thought I was gonna lose. I had people, this the toughest fight of his career. Kell Brook is so big and strong, and he's gonna do this. He's gonna.
Bro, who said that Kell Brook in 2020 was gonna whoop Terence Crawford? Like, listen, I know y'all want to save him from this lecture and this dissertation, but let's be real. Shout out to Jedi. That's what he said. All right, bet. Bro, I know y'all want to help out. I know, name somebody of any level of stature that thought in 2020 that Kell Brook, who hadn't fought in welterweight in 3 years, all facts. They thought that Kell Brook, who switched his trainer and picked up a trainer off of Instagram, left his longtime trainer of Dominic Ingle, left his longtime promoter Eddie Hearn, flew to America from the UK with an Instagram trainer and no Eddie Hearn, so he didn't even have like the promotion behind him, fought in the year of the pandemic in a bubble in Vegas. Who on God's green earth thought Crawford was going to lose to Kell Brook? Like, not out of spite, but they really truthfully thought Kell Brook was going to bash him up at that space of time.
I heard it all. And those same guys After the fight, had the most excuses. Even the writers. The writers said this and said that. After the fight, you know, he was washed up. Now he was washed up. Prior to the fight, the man told you out his own mouth, this is the best he's ever felt in his whole career. He left home, went to camp, no injuries. He wasn't coming off an eye injury, like, you know.
But Errol Spence was coming off an eye injury, and he fought unified with Ugas.
Previous defeat. He was on a 3-fight winning streak. But I can't point out all these facts to certain casual fans because it just go over y'all head and y'all just believe what y'all want to believe, you know. Everybody say he old. Man, the man 34, I'm 33. What I mean, I'm old too. You know, everybody old in their eyes when a man lose. I don't get it, man. They just can't say I'm good, I'm great. You know what I mean? I train my ass off to get to where I am right now. I do my thing, you know.
Hey, Clint said Kell Brook already had broken eyes. I can't.
So what's up, man? What y'all want to talk about?
But the truth is, we all love each other.
I ain't old yet. I ain't old yet. I don't feel old.
Take care of each other. And for me, together they are one complete man. Sean is cold metal.
I think Tyson, you know, I think they really trying to hurt each other. Anybody say, or if they say, oh, well, you got a promoter and this and that and this. Time and time again, I always told people, the promoters work for the fighters. Without the fighters, there's no promoters. There's nothing to promote. So once the fighters get that in their head and get that understood, then things will be better off for them. Whichever one comes next, it don't matter to me. Like I said, I fight them as they come. I never was the type of fighter to shy away from a fight. You know, I'm always running to the fight. You know?
Running to the fight, but 2 years later, you fighting Avanesian when everybody was hoping and hopeful that the Spence Crawford was next. All right, this aged like milk, bro. Can y'all please get the likes up? Even though I'm not speaking every second, while y'all are listening, y'all got to get the likes up.
I'm always getting called off to box more. I'm never the type of person to be like, hey, don't stand in front of this guy. I'm like, let me see what he gonna do. Let me see what he about.
Stand in front of Errol.
You're resisting change.
Why would Spence about to fight Saturday? How me and Spence gonna fight? That don't even make sense. See, that's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking about. I want that fight though. That's one fight that I really want. Spence and Pacquiao.
2 years ago, I want Spence Pacquiao. 2 years later, you've got none of them.
Them the two fights that I really want.
2 years later, you got none of them. With Top Rank, without Top Rank, you still got none of them.
That I really...
Everybody blame Top Rank, but you're not with Top Rank, and you still haven't got either fight.
Be looking forward to in the near future. I really want Spence just to show and shut everybody up and see what they're going to say after that. Because I know it's going to be a lot of excuses and bandwagon shipping. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
So he wants to end Spence. 2 years ago, you are a free agent talking to his people, said you agreed to everything, then said you need transparency.
Who I got out of the Spence and Denny fight, I actually got Spence. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't know. It's like more of a, I don't know, man. It's gonna be good because I know Danny personally, and I didn't seen him since we was little kids, and he always rose to the occasion each and every time. So it's hard to bet against him. You know, that's.
He just said it's hard to bet against Danny Garcia, but then he picked Errol Spence, which means you know that you respect Danny Garcia, but you played this game earlier and said what makes Danny a top fighter, which was passive aggressive and weird. And you said you watched Danny Garcia his whole career since you were kids, and you realized that he's a good fighter. But you still pick Errol despite Danny being a great fighter, and you just said he always finds a way to win. But you picked Errol, went to the fight, and then you're wondering why people aren't comparing your welterweight run to Errol Spence's welterweight run, but you didn't fight Errol or Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia or anybody like that. Ooh, guys.
Why I say it's a 50-50 fight. It was a 40.
So you're admitting Errol Spence was in a 50-50. You know you done messed up. You know you done messed up, right? You just admitted that it's a dangerous fight, especially coming off a car wreck for Errol Spence, and it's a 50-50 fight. So how can we not give credit when Errol Spence clearly beat the out of Danny Garcia, and he said he was depressed or something after?
60 in Spence's favor, but the more and more I think with my head and just think back to the Danny Garcia that I know, when he motivated and when he feel like his back against the wall and got something to prove, he always rose to the occasion.
So you're admitting Errol Spence takes good fights. Gotcha.
Dating back to all the way when he was going overseas and down 10 points coming back to win. Like, Danny always was that type of person that never gave up, no matter, you know, any circumstances. So
Danny never gave up no matter what the circumstance, but earlier in this live, you said, what makes Danny a top fighter?
You know, it's hard to just say that Errol gonna come through and bulldoze and walk through him, but
then Errol Spence off a car wreck came through and bulldozed and walked through him. I mean,
at the same time,
y'all gotta come. I mean, do y'all want me to keep going? I mean, really, like, listen. Can y'all give me some better work? Do I need to keep going? You said it's a 50-50 fight. It's a tough fight. Errol, the whole world knows he's coming out the car wreck when he fought Danny Garcia. You said it's Danny's so great, and I knew him from kids, and he'll come back from these big deficits, down 10 points, and blah, blah, blah. And then you said it's a 50-50 fight, but you're picking Errol, blah, blah, blah. I mean, do I have to keep going? I mean, I can if y'all want. Y'all got to vote. Get the likes up. Y'all got to vote. If you want me to keep going, say yes. I told you. See, I'm the king of this. I'm Michael Jackson, the king of pop. You're going to remember the time.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Y'all going to remember the time. I told you.
we've seen a different side of Errol that we ain't been seeing since before he was champion, and that's the hunger and the grit and the grind that he been putting in the gym to get back to the normal Errol Spence. So it should be a good fight. You know, I'm excited to see it. May both of them, you know, leave the ring healthy, and neither one of them get any serious injuries, and may the best man win. That's how I see it. You know, we all doing it for our family and our loved ones and to make a living. And a lot of fans don't understand that. They just be on the outside looking in, like all the memes of Nate Robinson.
I know the man did not just say memes. It's memes. Bro, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Crawford's just in his own world. The man said all these memes. It's called a meme. Man, give me some better work, bro. The man just said memes. I ain't never heard of that. I ain't never heard of nobody say it like that. The memes.
our loved ones and to make a living. And a lot of fans don't understand that. They just be on the outside looking in, like all the memes of Nate.
Man, what the is a Mimi, bro? Ain't that Mariah Carey nickname, Mimi? Man, Mimi's Cafe. Like, come on.
Robinson, like everybody laughing at him and stuff like that.
Bro, the man said a Mimi.
And may the best man win.
What the hell?
That's how I see it. You know, we
everybody
are doing
making
it for
the memes,
our family and our loved ones and to make a living. And a lot of fans don't understand that. They just be on the outside looking in, like all the memes of Nate Robinson, like everybody laughing at him and stuff like that. But it's funny though, because them same people laughing is the same people that be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, talking bad about fighters and talking about how they can't fight or what they should be doing or what they shouldn't be. So I take my hat off to Nate Robinson. Opinion of something that they really can't even do. That motherfucker Mikey can fight. Teofimo can fight too.
He said Mikey could fight another guy Errol slaughtered. So you're basically the whole thing. You're boosting up Errol's resume.
He just went up to 47 and he was too small. You can't do that, man. Arms too short. It's a different ball game, you know. You had to step up a little more, you know. You ain't fighting them little guys. What I do, and I don't even play it. Stepping up on, you know, his punching selection and his defense and shorten up his punches a little bit. But other than that, you know what I mean, he good. I was at 140. You know, I come up to the 147 division and everybody say get a belt. I get a belt. Then everybody having excuses. Then the fans run with it. Oh, he's on the other side of the street. I have never heard that ever in my life until now. You never hear that with nobody else.
Bro, I can't deal with this. This is not reality. He says sides of the street had never happened until me and Errol. That's a damn lie. I've been watching boxing long enough. Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis was the same thing. Mayweather versus Pacquiao was the same thing. Bro, please tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. He said sides of the street did not exist until me and Errol. That is cap. Because what do you think one of the outside of Pacquiao don't want to take no drug tests? Hint, hint. The other big principal issue was HBO or Showtime. Who's going to put the fight on? How's it going to work? What's that look like? Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, it was the same thing. Mike Tyson was with Showtime, I think, at the time, and HBO had Lennox. I mean, you just, if I don't have a problem if someone's saying factual stuff.
But Terence Crawford, they made up a whole street divided boxing with Terence Crawford and everybody else.
Bro, this is pure delusion. This is like when someone hear voices in their head, is delusion. They made up a whole side of this. He's talked to his team or whoever, and they yes men and pumping him up and saying, oh yeah, everybody's ducking you, and they made a side of the street for you. This has always existed. Why didn't I watch Broner? Why didn't I get to see Broner versus Brandon Rios? Tell me why I couldn't watch that years ago when Broner was super hot, pause, and Brandon Rios was super hot. Why couldn't I watch that fight? Oh, that's right, because Broner was with Al Haymon and PBC, and Rios was with Top Rank. That's why. Why? How come back then you seen 0 Top Rank Al Haymon fights? And when Golden Boy was with Haymon, you seen no Golden Boy and Haymon fights with Bob Arum. Ruslan Provodnikov was fighting Bradley's, and Bradley was fighting Pacquiao. You never seen Pacquiao and Danny Garcia. So this man done made up a whole side of the street story that doesn't historically add up. Why didn't Ruslan Provodnikov fight Maidana or Lucas Matisse? Because the sides of the street, the Cold War, which has always existed in boxing.
When that ever happened? All they had to do is just say we weren't gonna fight you because of certain situations, you know. But the crazy part about it is, correct me if I'm wrong, and a lot of y'all gonna see this.
You wrong. I don't even know what you're gonna say, but I already know you're gonna be wrong.
And a lot of y'all was.
He said, "Correct me if I'm wrong." You wrong.
Y'all was blogging about this and y'all was talking about this. Wouldn't nobody mention Terence Crawford's name until they started losing?
What? What? Nobody mentioned Crawford's name until they started losing. What? Is that accurate? Is that cap or fact? He said no one mentioned their name until they started losing. Is that cap or fact? No one mentioned his name until they start losing, in his mind. Get the lights up.
That's when PBC and Al and whoever they handlers, oh well, now y'all can go over there. But when people was champion, you ain't never heard them say, oh, let's unify with Terence Crawford or let's fight Terence Crawford. It was Terence Crawford got to get a belt, or what Terence Crawford done in the welterweight division. Or
bro, he's making stuff up. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be rude. He's making stuff up. He said that PBC was making excuses that Terence Crawford got to get a belt first. Only problem with that, your first fight at welterweight was a title fight. So you had a belt in your first fight. That makes no sense. If you want to talk to the god of boxing, y'all got to talk to me nice. The man just said that PBC were making excuses saying that Crawford needed to get a belt. At no point did that happen because your first fight at welterweight after being undisputed where you had all the belts. So how can anyone tell Terence Crawford to get a belt at 140 when he had every single belt? So that's cap. How can anybody say go get a belt first at 47 when your first fight was a title fight for the WBO belt against Jeff Horn? I know because I was there. It doesn't register. He said PBC. So again, now you see PBC's the devil and enemy mindset. Whatever y'all done, the Get Out movie, Jordan Peele, whatever you guys are spoon feeding him, and then it don't make sense. There's no one that said that. There's no one said get a belt when your first fight was a belt fight. And you've had the same belt clicking around since that fight. You've never lost at welterweight, all knockouts. So please explain to the king of boxing how that makes sense. When did Al Haymon, when did Errol Spence, when did Sean Porter, when did anybody in Boxing Ego, when did Ego say that? Say, oh, Crawford, get a belt for your first fight was a belt fight. That doesn't even make sense. You were undisputed and had all the belts in the previous division. So again, it doesn't make sense. The story doesn't check out. I'm the best in the world. Y'all need to just respect the god of boxing talk. You made that up.
Or it was always something blogging about this and y'all was talking about this.
And he was just telling you about, oh, I spit the facts and y'all casuals don't know. Okay. But I'm telling you historic stuff. I told you what belt he got, who he fought to get it, when it occurred. So I'm not a casual. You ain't gonna steal that on me.
When nobody mentioned Terence Crawford's name until they started losing. That's when PBC and Al and whoever they handlers, oh well, now y'all can go over there. But when people was champion, you ain't never heard him say, "Oh, let's unify with Terence Crawford," or "Let's fight Terence Crawford." It was Terence Crawford got to get a belt.
Terence Crawford got to get a belt. Makes no effing sense. You didn't have to get a belt because you mopped up Jeff Horn and was a champion immediately. So that's a lie. Listen, I know y'all like Crawford. Believe it or not, I like Crawford too. But I don't like lies. I don't like when someone insults my intelligence. So anybody can get it. You said PBC. So this again, you see, this has been the mentality for a while. Like Al Haymon's out to get me, and PBC is they didn't want to do the. Even the other inconsistency. I told you, if it weren't for boxing, I truly could have been a detective. You see what I'm saying? I literally could have been a detective or like some type of in law where I could just really Perry Mason some. You know what I'm saying? I could destroy you. It doesn't make sense because to be a detective, to be a lawyer, you got to just listen to what people say and then put it together and you said you left the store at 10. How did you get back at the store if you said you left the store at 10? And then you put it together and you're like, oh, you didn't, this is the lie. And you look for the inconsistent, check for the inconsistent. Bud just told, this is in 2020, he said PBC was always making excuses, blah, blah, blah. They told me to get a belt first. You had all the belts at 40, so that's cap. And you like, and anyway, when you're at 40, how are they going to say get the belt? Why would they be worried about you if you're not even in the division? But I'm just blocking all the exits because I'm the best to do it. So I'm just making sure that there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do. So like I blocked all the exits. At 140, you're not a factor at 47. No one's worried about you until you came to 47. But even if somehow by the grace of God, you think people in another division are worried about people below you, then you had all the belts for undisputed. So it still doesn't make sense. And then your first fight was a title fight. So we know it is cap. You want me to believe somebody that I'm calling out the inconsistency.
Or what Terence Crawford done.
You can't defeat me.
Until they start losing. That's when PBC and Al and them and whoever they handle is, oh, well, now y'all can go over there. But when people was champion, you ain't never heard them say, oh, let's unify with Terence Crawford or let's fight Terence Crawford. It was Terence Crawford got to get a belt. Or
Terence Crawford got to get a belt. You got a belt when you fought Jeff Horn your first fight after moving up. So that's a lie.
What Terence Crawford done in the welterweight division or it was always something, or he's on the other side of the street.
And I've already talked about the side of the street. That's always been a thing. Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. That's always been a thing. Broner and Rios. Why didn't Broner fight Ruslan Provodnikov? They were on different sides of the street. This has never changed. How come Frank Warren fighters don't fight with Eddie Hearn fighters? Why? I want to watch Daniel Dubois versus Dillian White. Give me Daniel Dubois. I've been looking everywhere for some Daniel Dubois versus Dillian White. How come they don't fight? How come Dillian White ain't fighting Joe Joyce? Because one's with Queensberry Promotion, Frank Warren, and one's with Eddie Hearn in Rematch Room. Y'all can't beat me. I shook up the world. I'm the best. I made this look pretty, and I'm skunking him right now. I'm skunking him. As great of a fighter as Crawford is, intellectually, y'all not matching me. No one in here has matched and proven me wrong with fact. No one. There's more of y'all than there is of me, and ain't nobody done this. Bro, the Cold War has always existed. That's not a new concept in boxing. Eddie Hearn don't make fights with Frank Warren, and you just got to deal with that. And the only time where maybe it happens is if it's like a mandatory, like, you know what I'm saying? You'll see like Dillian White and Tyson Fury. That's a mandatory, so they ain't got no choice. Dillian White was the #1 mandatory or whatever the WBC said. So Tyson Fury, Queensberry Promotion, top rank, he had to fight Dillian White, or he would lose his belt, or he would lose his spot. So you don't give credence to a fight that was forced. But outside of the other fights, the other thing that he said that was pure stupidity, I'm the best in the world. He keep blaming PBC. He keep blaming Al Haymon, and it don't check out. The other thing that Terence Crawford said is they lost and lost their belt. And then they start mentioning me. Nobody called me to unify. Bro, you are on your own island at the time with Top Rank. And look how hard and problematic it's been to negotiate with Crawford. So between Top Rank and your relationship and the Cold War and all that type of stuff, and how hard you apparently are to deal with, why would they call you up when they can do the easy work and make Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, 50,000 people there? Mikey he had like an open relationship where he wasn't exclusive to PBC, but he had done business with PBC. Adrian Broner fight, I was there. I was there for Mikey Garcia on the Leo Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton, Part 2 card. Mikey knocked out Dejan Zlaticanin. Y'all can't beat me. I told you I'm the greatest. Ain't nobody messing with me. Mikey had been working with PBC to that point. So, of course, Errol Spence is an easy fight to make. Mikey's not hard to deal with. He negotiated. He called out Errol Spence. So that was an easy fight to make. And they did good business together. Ugas, he beat Pacquiao. Pacquiao was with Haymon at the time. Ugas, he fought Errol Spence. Why the hell would they call you? It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. This man does not grasp simple business. Why would they call you when they can have Errol Spence build his brand, clean up his side of the street? Ugas is not going to wait 4, 5, 6 months and take forever to negotiate, but Crawford will. Ugas is not asking for transparency and open the books for me, but Crawford does. So on top of, at the time, you were with Top Rank, on top of that bullshit, you are extremely hard to deal with. So who in their right mind wouldn't make the in-house fight? Who's gonna, like, bro, like, okay, let me give y'all an example. Because I'm the best in the world. Get my likes up. I go to this Mexican spot, this taqueria, right? This Mexican spot out here. Food is slamming. Food is slamming. Everybody that works in there is Mexican. Everybody that works in there are related. Everybody. Because I know the family. La Familia. I know them. You see how that works? So the dad is on the grill and he be chefing. The daughter, both of them, I think they twins. They on the cash register. The ma, she be like in the back packing stuff and sweeping and all that type of stuff. They have another son and he be on the cash register helping out and cooking sometimes. It's a whole Mexican family. That's in-house. If you go to an Asian nail salon, sometimes they have other Asians. Sometimes it might be family members and stuff like that. They keeping it in-house. They keeping it in-house, period. So again, the in-house, if you can hire your sister, you can hire your brother and they want to do it, then that's an easy fit. That's a dead ringer. So why would PBC say, hey, let's work with Bob Arum and difficult Crawford when I can just make Errol Spence Ugas, when I can just make Errol Spence off a car wreck with Danny Garcia, when I could just make Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, when Errol could fight his mandatory in front of 15, 16,000 people, Ocampo. Like, PBC got all the 54 pounders that really matter. They can make Fundura versus Erickson Lubin. They can make Jermell Charlo versus every damn body. Harrison, Lubin, Castano twice. They don't have to reach out and fight Janabek or whatever that dude's name is with Top Rank. They got great fights in-house. That's how it's always worked. That's how it's always been. Y'all can't prove me wrong. And if you say anything different, then you don't know ish about boxing, and I'm the best in the world. But in Crawford's mind and his teachings and what people are saying, like David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, hopefully we get that in 2023. It's not a hard fight to make because Caleb Plant back winning. David Benavidez ain't never lost, and they hate each other, and they're both with PBC. You see? But if David Benavidez was with Frank Warren or something, it'd be harder to make. This is common sense. Common sense. So Bud has created this whole like fake world, like this matrix world where he thinks that PBC played keep away and all this stuff. No, they built their fighter. They branded their fighter just like Tank fought Rolly. They don't have to seek out Lomachenko and stuff when they can make dope in-house fights that set records at the Barclays Center. Y'all don't understand boxing. So I'm not saying there'll never be like crossover fights, but if someone's hard to deal with, plus there's a side of the street, guess what? They're going to revert back to the easiest fight. And Bob Arum been doing it for years. And Crawford was with them. Bro, how come Crawford was fighting Ray Beltran? How come he wasn't fighting Broner on PBC? Because you were with Top Rank. Stop playing.
Or Bob Arum. It was always something. But now, like I
And he said, or Bob Arum. You're not with Bob Arum. You still ain't fighting Errol.
said before, I already fought 2 PBC guys. And I think Amir Khan was managed by Al Haymon or something.
Yeah,
of
but
that nature. I don't want to
Amir Khan got slaughtered by Canelo, so they probably didn't care.
say something that I don't know, but I think. But yeah, so if that's true, that's 3 fighters, right? But the top guys, when they was champions, when they had something to lose, it was no, don't say his name, no nothing.
Errol Spence said your name. What are you talking about? Errol Spence has not lost, and he said your name after his last fight. What Crawford is saying is not historically correct. He says that when guys started losing, that's the only time they mention me. That's cap, because Errol Spence later said your name, and he still hasn't lost, and he still has all the belts that you have or that you need except for his own.
But now, you see things is changing. You see things is changing now.
Bro, this man is delusional. He's like 50 Cent's son. He's entitled, and he thinks that the world revolves around him, apparently.
Oh, you see Sean Porter say, oh, man, me and Bud can fight. Now you see Keith Thurman, oh, send
He said Amir came from the shadow realm to fight Crawford. I'm done.
contract. Now you see who else?
Because, like he said, now you've seen these guys come around. Because it's a business and they are not on Crawford's time. What doesn't he understand about this? You can make this as complex as you want to be, right? You could try to spin it and overcomplicate it. 2 + 2 is 4, period. 2 + 2 is 4. But it's like, oh, yeah, now they want Keith to fight. That's because they ready for Keith. They made the in-house fights, which were substantially easier to make as opposed to dealing with you. And then now if they want to make the fight and you want to make the fight, then you got to deal with that because you're not aligned with the people. And apparently it doesn't matter because you're not with Top Rank and the fight still ain't happening next.
You starting to see a lot of young fighters coming up, but that's what they supposed to do. You know what I mean? They looking at the top guys in their division to get a title, a shot, and that's what we do it for. You know, you gotta call out the top guys when you coming up. That's how you get your name out there, and that's how you get your opportunity. So I don't knock none of them. But let's be real, man.
Bro, listen, when a nigga said he about to, let's be real, just know he about to lie. Listen, this is hood tactics 101. If you're from the hood, if you know, you know. If a nigga say that, let's be real, then they just about to lie. They about to lie. Shout out to BFTB Boxing. Salute to the God Cook King. Oh, he gonna get to work, bro. Listen, when someone say, let's be real, and they from the hood, they gonna lie, bro. It's just like when your girl say, oh, my friend seen you at the mall, and the dude say something like, you gonna believe your friends over me? Yeah, because my friends ain't gonna lie and you a cheater. What are you talking about?
Spence only really fought one guy.
I'm done, bro. Say another mother word and this is over. And I ain't playing. Say it again. Say it again. The man said Spence really only fought one guy. Then who have you fought at welterweight if you disrespect Spence's resume to that level? Bro, I told you, you don't want me to go into the crates because when I went in the crates, I was going to dig and I told you that. The man literally said Spence fought one guy.
But
say it again. Say it again.
Let's be real, man.
He said, I told you, when a nigga say, let's be real, they about to lie. Look.
Spence only really fought one guy.
Say it again. Spence really fought only one guy. So you're mad people are talking about your resume. You're fighting Lean Green Foreman Machine, right? And you're trying your best to compare it to what Errol's doing, and it looks horrible. Errol has every belt at welterweight except for yours. And we now know why he doesn't have yours, because the fight you ain't made to fight. Bro, this has aged like milk.
But let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy.
Bro, see, y'all piss me off. Y'all don't want me when I'm angry. Y'all, it's like the Incredible Hulk. Y'all not gonna like this. This man literally just fixed his lips and said, let's be real, Spence really only fought one guy. After this, he fought, or actually one was before, Kell Brook, and then after this, he fought Sean Porter. You said Spence really only fought one guy and then fought his last two opponents. I mean, this is just like MDK slaughter.
Name out there, and that's how you get your opportunity. So I don't knock none of them. But let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy, Kell Brook, and Kell Brook only fought one guy.
Kell Brook only won. Bro, I can't even deal with this. It's so many lies. I don't even know where to begin. The man said Kell Brook only fought one guy. Hey, block this bogus G bogies. Get him out of here. Shut your ass up. The man said Kell Brook really only fought one guy. But Kell Brook, at the point he made this video, had fought Sean Porter and beat him. And he fought Triple G. And he fought Errol Spence. That's 3. I ain't the smartest, brother. But you said he fought one guy. But he had already fought all those people. That doesn't even make sense, dog. You said Kell Brook really only fought one guy. How did he only fight one guy and he fought Sean Porter, Triple G at 160, and then he fought for the belt with Errol in a title fight and got stopped in that fight too? But he still fought them. You can't take away somebody's credit. BFTB Boxing said this is pathetic at this point. Bro, you bud buddies, you maniacs, you're not, there's nowhere to run. I'm Michael Myers. You can't, bro, and I ain't Michael Myers from the new Halloween Ends. I'm the OG Michael Myers that don't give up and don't quit. You did, bro, I told y'all this is not what y'all want. Bro, you really said Kell Brook only fought one guy, but he fought Triple G and he fought Errol. And you ain't real talk. Has Bud fought someone as dangerous as Triple G at 160? No. You fought Gamboa and got hurt. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And that was,
bro, I told you.
So I don't knock none of them.
I told you.
Let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy, Kell Brook. And Kell Brook only fought one guy. You know what I mean? And that was Sean Porter.
Bro, y'all want to see a dead body? Type the word body if y'all want to see a dead body, because I don't know what else I could do to show you that I'm destroying all of his arguments. if you want to see a dead body, type dead body. If they want to go against Boxing Ego and outthink me, we'll see if they can do it. But you know that won't happen. He said Crawford's jealousy is talking. Shout out to Business Brain. If you want to see a dead body, type body. Shout out to brother Eli. Ego about the only one making sense, not choosing sides, not trying to line his pockets, cough, cough. I think it's common sense. I'll entertain the Bud defenders. If you want to see a dead body, see, because I catch the stuff that some of y'all don't catch. I'm just being real. You got to have a keen senses. Watch this.
And Danny,
listen,
guys, when you coming up,
watch, listen.
Get your name out there, and that's how you get your opportunity.
Listen, catch the mistake.
So I don't knock none of them.
Catch the mistake.
But let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy.
Spence really fought one guy.
Kell Brook. And
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook only fought one guy. You know what I mean? And that was Sean Porter.
Kell Brook only fought one guy, Sean Porter. Catch the mistake. That's all I'm going to give you. Catch the mistake. If you want to see a dead body on Boxing Ego, just say, point the mistake out. Point the mistake out this man just said. And to stage this was the week before or a couple of days before Errol Spence was about to fight Danny Garcia. You guys heard that. He said he's excited for Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. Just to jog your memory about the time frame. Point out the mistake. If you want Boxing Ego to reveal the mistake, just type body. Just type body. And I'll toe tag it. I said I'm going to bag it and toe tag it. I'm going to bag it and toe tag it. So, this video was recorded basically the week of Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. That took place in the pandemic year of 2020 after Errol Spence was in the wreck. This man just said that it's okay. Errol Spence only fought one person, and it was Kell Brook. His very next sentence was, and Kell Brook only fought one person, it's Sean Porter. But Errol Spence fought Sean Porter at the Staples Center in 2019, meaning Bud knew damn well at the time of recording this video that Errol Spence had unified with Sean Porter to collect that WBC belt. So how did you just say that Kell Brook only fought one person, Sean Porter, and you said Errol Spence only fought one person, which was Kell Brook, but you recorded the video after Errol had already beat Sean Porter in a unification, but you gave Kell Brook credit for beating Sean Porter, but then you said Errol Spence had only fought one person, but he had also fought Sean Porter. Oh my God, bro. Listen, and still, that's a body bag. Listen, that's a body bag. You just said Errol fought one guy, Kell Brook. You just said that Kell Brook fought one guy, Sean Porter. They both fought Sean Porter. And Errol fought a champion of Sean Porter. And when Kell Brook fought Sean Porter, he was a challenger. No, actually, no, he was a champion. He was a champion. He was a two-time champion. So he was a champion. So how did you give Kell Brook credit for beating Sean Porter, but you didn't give Errol Spence? That's because you hating. You got hate in your heart. You got hate in your heart. You think PBC and Al Haymon are the enemy, and you got hate because that doesn't make sense. Only hate will make people do this type of stuff. I don't hate anybody. I don't have time or energy to hate anybody. You cannot give credit. You cannot give credit to Kell for beating Sean Porter, but then not give credit. And real talk, Errol beat Sean Porter in a more drag out fight and knocked him down. Kell Brook beat him with a jab and got his eye cut. So how did you give Kell Brook credit for beating Sean Porter, but not Errol Spence? And he was in a slugfest with him, fight of the year, and he dropped him. Boom.
Now you see who get a title shot. You gotta call out the top guys when you coming up. That's how you get your name out there, and that's how you get your opportunity. So I don't knock none of them.
Listen, hear it again.
But let's be real, man. Spence only really fought one guy, Kell Brook.
He only
Kell
fought
Brook only fought one guy. You know what I mean? And that was Sean Porter. And Danny Garcia only fought two guys. Well, really one. I don't know, man. I'm different.
The man said two guys, one guy. I don't know. I'm different. Bro, you're just lying. Like, at this point, bro, what are you talking? Bro, he said Danny Garcia only fought two guys or one guy. How do you just subtract someone off of Danny Garcia's resume? What are we talking about? But then this is the same dude that, so, bro, this is too crazy. This is the same dude in Terence Crawford. This is what I'm telling you. When you don't get the hate out your heart, it get ugly. He brags about moving up in weight class. This is the same guy in Crawford. I told you I could have been a detective. I could have been a lawyer. The same guy that keeps saying, I did this at 35. I was undisputed at 140. Danny Garcia was a lineal champion at 140. And then you have the audacity to say that Danny Garcia only fought two guys. He has a whole welterweight career. And he had a whole 140 career. He fought Lucas Matisse. He fought Lamont Peterson. He fought and knocked out Amir Khan, who you later fought. That's already three guys. So if your claim to fame is talking about how you moved through the weights, so did Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia fought top competition, especially at 140. He fought Keith Thurman. So how did you say Danny Garcia fought two guys when he fought Keith Thurman? He fought Sean Porter. He fought Paulie Malignaggi. He fought Robert Guerrero. At 40, he fought Amir Khan. He fought Lamont Peterson at a catchweight. He beat up Lucas Matisse, had his eyes watery. He knocked out Amir Khan before you, before Canelo. Man, stop playing with me, bro. I told you I was going to spin the block. When you hate, it doesn't translate. Write that down. When you hate, it doesn't translate. I'm not hating, so I don't look bad. Cognitive dissonance. That's an amazing way to put it. That is exactly what this is, bro. You can't undermine people's accomplishment. Bro, Danny had a better run at 40 than Crawford did, even though Danny wasn't undisputed. Beating Lucas Matisse on a Floyd Mayweather massive card with Canelo is better than any singular win that the man Crawford had at 140. Play with me if you want. Listen, I'm the champ. Y'all the chump. Play with me if you want. Tell me that at the time, fighting on a mega card, Bud has never fought on a card as big as Canelo versus Mayweather. So that's a high stakes. Danny Garcia fought Lucas Matisse, and Matisse was killing dudes. Matisse was knocking out Lamont Peterson. He really didn't have no losses because he shouldn't have lost to Zab Judah. He really didn't lose to Devin Alexander. Them was some fake losses. And he a power puncher from Argentina who used to come up through the amateur rank. He fought Marcos Maidana. Y'all can't beat me. I told you I'm the greatest that's ever lived. It's over. I literally do this every day. That's why you can't play these games. And then throughout this whole thing, passive aggressive Bud Crawford keep talking about people as casuals. I'm giving you everything that happened and when it happened. So he's a pro boxer. I ain't the pro boxer. And I'm telling you facts. I'm telling you facts of when it happened, who fought who, when it happened. Bro, I told you. So some people, I know some people's YouTube, they trash, bro. Some people are trash. Some of these writers, they trash. I get it. Some people on Twitter, they trash, but I'm not them. I'm not one of them. You know, all the time the boxers and trainers, they want to say, oh, these boxer reporters, these bloggers, they don't know what they talking about. That's for some people. There's some boxers that don't know what they talking about too, clearly. The man fought Eric Morales, a legend, twice, knocked him out, spun him around. Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. I told you I was going to spin the block. Lucas Matisse is a singular better win at 140 than Indongo or Post Style or any of them dudes, bro. Crawford and his team, they can say whatever they want. It's the facts. If you were at 140, you'd rather fight that prime Matisse who really shouldn't have had no losses after he knocked out Lamont Peterson. And he did, like, my dude, Mike Dallas, he knocked him out in like one round. I know Mike Dallas. Shout out to my guy. He face planted Mike Dallas. You rather fight Victor Postal, or you rather fight Matisse at that point? Stop playing. Matisse was super dangerous. Danny was the underdog. But y'all lying to try to protect Crawford in his like theories or whatever y'all want to call it.
Porter. And Danny Garcia only fought 2 guys. Well, really one. If you,
bro, Danny Garcia only fought 2 guys, but you fought Amir Khan after Danny beat him. You fought Amir Khan after Canelo knocked him out brutally. But then you gonna say Danny only fought 2 guys. Stop.
I don't know, man. I'm different. I just look at, you know what I mean? Like, what have you done? Or what have they done?
Bro,
that's so different than me.
Bro, this can't be real life. What have they done that's so different than me? Bro.
And they've been in this division longer than me.
But they all did more than you too in the division.
They fought each other. Okay. So they fought, since they fought.
Bro, just listen to this logic.
Fought each other, that makes them, so if I beat Aegis, that makes him a top welterweight then.
What the are you talking? What was that? If I beat Aegis Clemens Mean Machine, that makes him a top welterweight. What are you talking about? What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What type of logic is that? If I beat Mean Machine, that makes him a top welterweight. What are you talking about? Who said that? Like, bro, the reason Danny Garcia is because he has a body of work. He beat Matisse. He had a tough fight, but beat Lamont Peterson. He beat Eric Morales, a legend, twice. You talking about I beat Mean Machine, so he a top? Well, what? Where'd you get that from? Mean Machine was coming off a Ray Robinson fight, and he should have lost that fight. They lied and said it was a draw. So again, I'm challenging you. Watch these fights. I watched it. Y'all can't defeat me. I'm unstoppable.
Different than me. And they've been in this division longer than me.
Listen.
They fought each other. Okay. So they fought, since they fought each other, that makes them, so if I beat Aegis, that makes him a top welterweight then. If I beat, but Jeff Horn was considered one of the biggest welterweights in the division.
Jeff Horn was considered one of the biggest welterweights in the division. What? Bro, it was an Australian school teacher with a high-pitched voice that really should have lost to Pacquiao. Nobody considered Jeff. I interviewed Errol Spence at the Barclays Center, and he said, yeah, I love to have that Jeff Horn. Bro, he said he loved because he knew it was food. Ain't nobody said Jeff. Man, stop, bro. Bro, I'm about to call the Nebraska school systems to see what the hell is going on. He said Jeff Horn was a big dude or whatever.
He never lost in the division. Tell me.
He never lost because he was a school teacher. He was reading Rainbow. He was reading the Magic School Bus. And he didn't fight anyone. He fought a 41-year-old Randall Bailey. And he got knocked out, or he got hurt really bad. And then he should have lost to Pacquiao. What is Bud talking about?
Then, yeah. So everybody that I fought should be in the top 6, 7.
Where did this logic come from? Everybody that you fought should be in the 6, 7. No one's saying that. Like, no one said you fought Jeff Horn, he should be a top dude, and Jose Benavidez got shot, bro. He got shot and had to rebound his life, and he was out of the ring for 1.5 years, 2 years, and he came from 140, got shot, and reappeared with 2 very like tune-up style fights, and then he fought you. So he didn't really have like the crazy, and then made it a great fight. I was at that fight. That was a difficult fight until it wasn't. So Jose Benavidez, shout out to him, he in the new creed. But Jose Benavidez, that was one of Bud's tougher fights at welterweight. Him a reporter. So, bro, a man that got bucked in the leg was one of your toughest fights and really didn't get knocked out until the 12th round and was landing good shots. And it was a good fight and a good buildup. And he's like, oh, everybody I fought should be in the top 6, 7. What are you talking about?
I'm just throwing it out there because I guess if they fight each other, then all of them considered in the top whatever.
These are real. Someone said Bud is from Mars. Bro, these are real points that he's making. You shouldn't have made this video, dog. The internet, people don't forget. Hey, get the likes up. Bro, he said, and see, this is the thing. This is the thing. When I'm talking, he keeps talking condescending throughout this thing, talking about, oh, y'all casuals, y'all don't really know, y'all don't lace them up, y'all don't know boxing. I'm telling you facts. He's making up scenarios saying if Mean Machine fought Benavidez, they never fought. So you can't just make if Amir Khan fought Benavidez, then whoom. That never happened. So you're making up a whole scenario that doesn't exist. Nothing that I've said is a made up scenario. I didn't say, Errol Spence hypothetically beat Ugas and Mikey Garcia and hypothetically he really did that. He literally beat all those people I'm saying. You're making up shoots and ladder fairy tale stories of matchups or whatever you're doing. Oh, if Ryan Garcia beat Ricky Hatton and Ricky Hatton lose to Floyd, but then Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton, then Pacquiao got to be the GOAT. What the are you talking about, sir? You just did some mental gymnastics of some made up stuff. Yeah, but if Arnold Schwarzenegger fought Tukey Williams and then Tukey Williams knocked out Schwarzenegger, but then Sylvester Stallone hopped up out the Jeep and said, yo, Adrian, and snuffed Tukey Williams. What are you talking about, bro? None of this happened in real life. Stallone and Tukey Williams and bro, none of this, you just made it, bro. Terence Crawford, remember Total Recall, the schizoid embolism, bro, where Arnold couldn't tell if it was real life or if it was part of the Total Recall fan. That's Bud. Bud is in Total Recall. Yeah, athletic, demure. Vinny, what the fuck did I do wrong? Bro, this man is in Total Recall. He don't know if it's a dreamland, dreamscape, if this is like real boxing, if PBC's out to get him. Remember how Arnold was super paranoid? Get your ostomos, bro. We all a little, bro. Remember the taxi driver with the hand? He was like, we all a bit special, bro. And he had that arm, Quaid. Bro, this man is in Total Recall, and it's crazy. It's like, I don't even. Hey, Vinny, what the did I do wrong, Vinny? He was. Remember when Arnold was there? He's trying to rip out the chair. Bud tried to rip out the Total Recall chair. He had the little needles in his neck. Bro, Bud just making a if I fight Mean Machine. Get your Ostama, get to the chopper. Give these people air. Hey, Kellyanne. Bro, Bud, he like, come on, bro. You in the Total Recall script. Hey, Copenhagen. You think this is the real Quaid? It is. Bro, when Arnold had the hologram, you think this is the real Quaid? Yeah, it is. That's Bud right now. He just making up holograms and, bro, this is some Jeffrey Dahmer shit. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. You just making up a whole Jeffrey Dahmer script. I'm so done, bro.
In the top.
Oh my God.
6, 7.
Vinny.
I'm just throwing it out there because I guess if they fight each other, then all of them considered in the top, whatever, they top welterweights.
Hey, Vinny!
Fight each other. But what about the person that lose? He's still ranked high? I don't get it. Somebody got to help me get it.
How can we help you get it and we don't even know what the hell you just said? Man, what the hell you just say? I like to talk. I like to let people talk. Makes it easier to find out how foolish they are. Bro, he said, I need someone to help me get it. But he talking like Jackie Chan in Rush Hour 1. I don't even know what you just said to help you understand what you just said. But he's like, I like to talk. I like to let people talk. It makes it easier to find out how foolish. Man, what the hell you just say? Bro, I don't even know what he said to even, man, come on. The girl don't like, why would they not want my help? Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like, I don't like you. I don't care. I here for the girl. The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you. You done came all this way for nothing. Bro, the girl don't like you. He talking like Jackie Chan. And put your bag in the bag. No. You put your own in the bag. I'm not a Sky Cat. I'm Detective James Carter. Bro, he's speaking G14 classified because I sure enough don't know what he talking about.
Because every fight that I done fought, except the Khan fight, everybody was just like, man, you gonna whitewash Khan.
What happened to his eye? The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you. Bro, he said my fights, except for the fight with Khan, everybody knew I was going to wash Khan. That's the fight that you and Bob Arum put on pay-per-view. Bud out. Yeah, hey, y'all try to violate. He said Bud looking like Herschel Walker. Bro, the man said everyone knew I was going to beat Khan. And he think he like cooking.
I'm just throwing it out there because I guess if they fight each other, then all of them considered in the top, whatever, they top welterweights because they get to fight each other.
That doesn't mean that at all.
But what about the person that lose? He's still ranked high?
Bro, listen
I
again.
don't get it. Somebody got to help me get it. Because every fight that I done fought, except the Khan fight, everybody was just like, man, you gonna whitewash Khan.
You gonna whitewash Khan, and that's the fight that you and Bob Arum put on pay-per-view.
But every fight that I done fought in the welterweight division, everybody was like, man, you gonna lose. You too.
Bro, I know he's lying right now. You know it. I know it. I don't care how much you like Bud. He's an amazing fighter. I never said that he wasn't. But you know that's a lie. He said every fight that I fought, people thought I was going to lose. You're a lie. I've never in life bet against Bud, especially with the selection of opponents he's had. That's a bold-faced lie. Y'all love to lie to me, and it doesn't make sense, and I'm the only one calling it out. The man literally just said every welterweight fight I had, people thought I was going to lose. I never thought Jeff Horn had a chance. I didn't think Jose Benavidez post being shot in the leg was going to beat you. I definitely never thought Amir Khan with no chin would beat you. I don't even know who the Mean Machine was. Barely. Shane Mosley, I barely know who you are. So I barely even knew who he was. So I definitely wasn't picking no lean machine, green machine to beat no Bud Crawford. So I know that you just made that up. Ever play roulette? On occasion. Well, here's a little word of advice. Always bet on black. Bro, I ain't never, ever thought twice to pick against Bud in any of them fights you said. He said the dude. He said the dude is insane, bro. You're that, but see, this is when you have Stockholm syndrome or whatever the hell's going on. This is what happens when you have yes men and people pumping and stroking your ego, and then you meet ego. That's a bar. I say when you got yes men and they pumping and stroking your ego, and then you meet ego. It doesn't work because these two paths will collide because all the stuff that people have been shoveling in your head, you're like, I take it away. I take nothing away from Crawford. He is a dope fighter. I always like Crawford, his fighting ability. But when you're saying stuff like this, I gotta call you on the lies. It's that simple. No matter who it is. If Canelo get on here lying, I call him out. If Crawford get on, if Errol doesn't do this though. Errol doesn't get on here and just start disintegrating Crawford's resume. He don't even care. Bud is the one who got hate in his heart, it appears, and he's trying to dissect everybody's ish to pump up his. But if you're great, you're great. You don't have to dissect and you don't have to dim nobody else's shine in order for people to respect it. The reason why people are raising the eyebrow is because you don't have the same selection of opponents like Errol Spence. You haven't, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, they all have a better resume than you at welterweight. I stand on that 10 toes down. You can make excuses. Oh, I was with Bob. Oh, Bob was racist. Oh, you can say whatever reason you want. It's the fact. They got the better resume than you. Keith Thurman fought Pacquiao. You've never fought a guy like Pacquiao, right? It's just the reality of it. You've never fought a Pacquiao. Somebody that I know for sure is a Hall of Famer when the time comes. First ballot. You've never fought a Pacquiao. Danny Garcia fought Keith Thurman. You've never fought Keith Thurman. You never fought Danny. Never fought Sean Porter. And so on and so forth. And I'm talking about at the times when it happened. So Bud can keep, doing these mental gymnastics to prove his worth. You didn't fight the same caliber at the right times.
Too small. I don't know. Some people, there's a lot of people that, thought I was going to win, but how I win, not lose. He's still ranked high. I don't get it. Somebody got to help me get it. Because every fight that I done fought, except the Khan fight, everybody was just like, man, you going to whitewash Khan. But
they said it to all your opponents.
Every fight that I done fought in the welterweight division, everybody was like, man, you going to lose. You too small.
Bro, that never happened.
I don't know. Some people, there's a lot of people that.
So everyone said you were going to lose to Amir Khan. That's what you're telling me. And whenever 2019 or whenever you fought Amir Khan, the going word on the street was that Bud Crawford was too small and he was finna lose to Amir Khan. That never happened. And I know this because I've always had a channel since Bud has been lit. I've had a channel before Bud was lit, and this has never happened because I get a great pulse of the community in boxing because you great folks watch my videos, and it's been the case, and I've been a top channel, and I'm the best in the business, and you leave me comments. Nobody that I see, maybe some British teeth here and there. Oh yeah, mate. Oh man, hit him with a left, hit him with but nobody for real with a opinion outside of a couple British teeth maybe thought Amir Khan can do anything with Bud Crawford. Stop it. But Bud just saying whatever.
Thought I was gonna win, but how I win, that's when they say, oh well, this guy's a bum.
No, they I'm pretty sure they're saying Evanesian's a bum now. Bro, he's like, after I win, they say he's a bum. No, they people pretty mad about the fight beforehand. They're not gonna wait till the end. Go look at, bro. I can't tell Crawford to post a flyer. Tell Black Planet to post a flyer of this fight on Crawford's Instagram so I can read the comment. Y'all not gonna play with me. Y'all not gonna play with me. He said people wait till every time I fight and then say the guy's a bum. If you look at what people are saying about Avanesian, they're like, what the They're saying it before you even fought him. So we know this is not true stuff. Who on God's great earth said, bro, it sounds sick. It like, I'm not even trying to be funny. It truthfully sounds sick. Nobody with brain cells in their head picked Amir Khan. Nobody's picking David Avenue. If he does something, then he does something. But nobody's picking him. I ain't seen one person. And when I'm saying pick, I'm talking about people that would wager $1,000 and up that Bud would lose. Nobody's betting their money on Jeff Horn and all them. Stop. It's not true. And I'm the only one real enough to bring it to your front door like this. Talented fighter he is, but that's not true. Danny has a better resume than Bud at 40 and 47. I agree. That's a fact. Like I said, Matisse is a better singular win at 140. I'd rather have that Matisse that Denny got on his resume over anybody on Ndongo and Congo and all them. No. Y'all got to get the likes up. Hey, Sid ain't got no chill. He said, I thought Horn was a bum before you fought him. I don't get into the whole bum. I don't call a bunch of people bums, but I know people didn't pick Bud to lose none of them fights. The only fight that people have said he could lose is Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis, and you haven't fought either one of them. Maybe a couple people will say you'll lose to Virgil Ortiz or Conor Benn. Maybe, but you haven't fought any of them as well.
Guy is this guy is that. Terence Crawford ain't fought nobody. I ain't fought nobody. Dang. Everybody I fight, they say something bad about him after I fight him. Gamboa was too small. How was Gamboa too small when he just won a title prior to fighting me?
Bro, he's still riding off the Gamboa win in 2014.
John was too.
Imagine Errol Spence saying like, man, I beat Leonard Bundu. Bro, like, you're literally talking about a win from 2014 at 135. Like, literally, that's your talking point. In 2020, when this video was created, you're talking about a win that you had 6 years ago in a completely different division at 135. And the crazy thing is, some people would really say that Gamboa is one of Crawford's top wins. Would you put Gamboa in Crawford's top 3 wins of his whole career? BFTB says David Ambrosia is Lamont Peterson leftovers. That's facts. From 2017. He had a 1-foot reach advantage on Gamboa. Wow. Bro, he keeps talking about I love the Gamboa fight. That's a classic fight. I like it. But what I'm saying is, like, bro, 6 years ago, imagine if Errol Spence's best win or whatever he's talking about, like, he don't just have to even talk about Kell Brook fight, because he has recent fights where, oh, you seen my work with Ugas. Oh, you seen my work with Danny. Oh, you seen what I did to Mikey Garcia. Bro, Sebastian Fundora is 6'7". Listen. He said YouTube only lets me send $2 super chats. They be hate. Bro, YouTube be tripping sometimes with that type of stuff. Listen to what I'm about to say. Please get the likes up. Listen to what I'm about to say. Errol Spence fought he fought Carlos Ocampo. He knocked him out in 1 round. I was there. I covered that fight in Texas. 1 round. Sebastian Fundora is 6'7" and coming off of a performance with like Erickson Lubin probably, where he stopped him and he went 12 rounds with Ocampo. Errol Spence knocked him out in 1 round. So even the Ocampo win, which was not considered by any stretch, is not going to be considered one of Errol Spence's best wins, but it still aged beautifully because Ocampo went on to like knock out a couple guys, you know, domestically in his homeland, and then he just went the full distance with a 6'7" Fundora, who we know got cracks, and we know like Erickson Lubin didn't go the distance with him, and he's a very talented fighter. He said, I could talk about what I did in high school too. That's what I'm saying. Imagine talking about, that's a great one from BFTB. Imagine if your claim to fame is, oh, I slept with the prom queen. Like, bro, you're 33 years old talking about high school wins. That's some Al Bundy stuff. Oh, but Peg, love and marriage. Love and marriage. It's an institute you can't this I tell you, bruh. Bro, you talking about poke high, the game-winning field goal and stuff. Like, I rate the Gamboa win, but Gamboa been out of here, bro. Devin and tore him up. Eastside Pitbull Cruz beat him like he stole money. Tank done stopped him. Bro, he been out of here. And you still talking about Gamboa. Bud out here talking about the 4 touches. That's what I'm saying. He poke high, game-winning field goal. Like, that's cool. That's part of your lineage. I get it, but you still talking about a 2014 fight 6, 7, 8 years later. Errol Spence, his resume is good now. Like Tank Davis, he don't got to talk about Pedraza. I mean, the fans might, but he could talk about I knocked out Rolly. I just knocked out Leo Santa Cruz vicious. I knocked out Mario Barrio. Like Tank, and old media be hating on Tank Davis, saying he ain't fighting nobody. Man, I love this channel. Let's go. Bro, Tank had, like, it's about W's. Tank has current W's that he can bring up that are impressive. He don't just have to keep leaning on Pedraza. The Pedraza, that was dope. Tank got off on, but that's his old stuff. Like, bro, imagine Boxing Ego and I'm stressed off an old chick. You see what I'm saying? Bro, I got new work. You want me to talk about a chick that I was with when Chingy was out? That's some like 2005 stuff. Like, who cares? You see what I'm saying? You talking about some old work. What you done now? It's like the old dudes, they be from New York or wherever, and they lived that life, and they were like some Alpo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we used to have the new Audi. I had I had the BMW. I had the Beamer Benz Bentley. Man, we used to tear up the block. We used to hit that club right there. The club is closed. You talking about a club that don't even exist in modern New York. They done turned Brooklyn and gentrified it. And you talking about some old hood stuff. Man, I had some of the finest. We was out here. We was shooting dice, man. I was and you talking about all this player stuff. Man, we was slanging. We was moving the block. Oh, God, I got kilos and bricks. And then what happened? Oh, yeah. You went to prison for 22 years and you got out as an older man, and none of that stuff is the same. You don't have none of the money that you had from the 80s, from the 90s. What you like when Boxing Ego talk, I talk about modern day wins. I'm still winning. I don't have to tell you about my old wins in 2000. I had that money, lost that money. I'm telling you about I'm telling you about new dubs. I get new dubs every day. I wake up to a dub. I'm like, oh, how does dub get here? The dub just in the living room. The dub in the bedroom. I'm like, okay, how I keep winning? They wonder why Boxing Ego just keep winning. I don't have to talk about no old. I'm talking about what I'm doing now. I don't gotta like celebrate and revere no old wins. Them old wins, I had that, done that. That's part of it. That's who I am. I'm telling you about the wins I'm getting now. Bud keep talking about Gamboa and, oh, if I beat Thierry Jean and Thierry Jean look like he finna die, then Hank Lundy, then they gotta be top. No. Talk about Danny. You fighting Avni, whatever. You fighting Vic Darchinian looking up. Bro, what is you talking about, bro?
Too small. I went up in weight and fought him.
I went up and wait until you still talking about like all the old dubs that we already know you have.
He just fought Lamont Peterson that everybody praised when somebody beat Lamont Peterson.
That everybody praised when somebody beat Lamont Peterson. Speaking of Lamont Peterson, guess who Lamont Peterson beat in 2017? Oh, that's right. David Evanesian. Oh, Bud is making this entirely too easy for your boy Ego. You say, oh, everybody praised when they beat Lamont Peterson. Well, guess what? Lamont Peterson beat David Evanesian in 2017. You just now getting to him. And you want the same credit. You want what these other people have in boxing, and it ain't free. He said BFTB's going crazy, bro. Dude's still talking about members only jackets. I'm done, bro. That man said members only jacket.
I was Gamboa too small when he just won a title prior to fighting me. Derry John was too small.
You talking about Derry? Bro, where? Okay, listen. Derry John, where the is he? Like, I've not heard the name Dairy Queen or whatever his name. What's his name? Dairy Queen? Dairy Jean, whatever. Sean Jean, whatever dude's name. I haven't heard it since you fought him. Why are you bringing up Dairy Jean, bro? Like, in 2020, in modern boxing, where is Dairy Jean? Name the last time he fought. You're really talking about Dairy Jean, bro. That's like Errol Spence if he's like, oh, I slept Bundu, but Bundu, it's all about Bundu. Oh, back in the day, in my day, I slept Bundu. Bro, Errol don't talk about Bundu. Oh my God. That's one of Errol Spence's coldest knockouts, and he don't really even bring it up. It's just like, that's his old work. Man down. Bro, imagine if Errol Spence did every interview and he was like, oh, but Bundu, the way I had beat Bundu, he was like, it's all about Bundu. I've been looking everywhere for some Bundu. Bro, I don't give about Bundu. I don't care about Bundu. I don't care about Fondue. I don't stop telling me about this old dub. I don't care about it. Bro, Bundu, Fondue, Houdini, all this. Man, stop. I'm the best in the world. Y'all better just leave me alone. Oh, when I fought Dairy Queen, I turned him into a Frosty. Like, bro, okay, you beat Hank Lundy. Surprise, okay. Like, I remember. You ain't even on HBO. You on Black Planet. Bro, you fighting on Black Planet. That was when you was on HBO. You fighting on Black Planet with the Kimbo Slice fights. That's your new lane. You talking about HBO fights that you had years ago. You talk about Black Planet. Talk about your new partner. Talk about this dude fight on your network. Gorilla. Bro, you fighting on the same roster as Gorilla. Bro, get these Kimbo Slice fights out of my face. For real. I try to tell y'all need to leave me alone. Talk about your new network. Talk about Black Planet, BML, whatever network you fighting on. Black Lives Matter, BLM. This your new network. Black Planet. Today, February 4th, Scarface versus the One-Eyed Wolf. Bro, you fighting on the network. Bro, look at these graphics. Bro, how is that even legal to let a man fight with one eye? Listen. How are you fighting? How is that? What commission is going to approve? That's like Errol fighting Pacquiao and his eye finna fall out. Oh, yeah, just go ahead and fight Pacquiao. We'll sanction it. Bro, you're fighting on a network with Gorilla and the One-Eyed Wolf. Scarface versus the One-Eyed Wolf in street beefs. Bro, this is so low budget. I'm just going to be real. You're fighting on you're fighting on a network with One-Eye Willie from the Goonies. And you want me to give you and these are the people that are producing $10 billion or whatever, $10 million for you. So they got One-Eye Wolf, One-Eye Willie on the network, but they got 10 million to give your ass. Okay. Like, not DAZN. Like, at least DAZN been out for a couple years. So, like, Floyd fighting on DAZN, whatever. Not ESPN The Plus. Not Amazon Video. You fighting on Black Planet with One-Eye Willie. Man. Bro. And Bud made good business decisions. All right. You fighting on the same network as Scarface versus the one lone wolf or whatever, Wolf of Wall Street with one eye, or whoever he is right now. You fighting on the same network with Cuz from Martin. Pretty Ricky is what they call him. This is your network for the time being, and allegedly they're giving you 10 million to fight with Joanna Man. Bro, it says pay-per-view Black Planet live boxing by Joanna Man. That is Miguel Nunez Jr. from the movie Joanna Man. If you don't believe me, go to IMDb. That's Joanna Man. He was on Martin. That's Pretty Ricky. So Crawford fights on the same network as Joanna Man. Bro, you fighting on the same. Like, Joanna Man is going to call your fight, cuz. And you telling me that, oh, Al's the demon. Why should I sign the PBC? Them niggas, they ain't never done nothing right. They have never done nothing right, but Joanna Man is going to call your fight. That's a bar. Listen, PBC and Al and Steven Espinoza, they never did nothing right, but Joanna Man, Miguel Nunez is going to call your fight. It says live, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but it says live boxing commentated by Joanna Man. And you want me to praise this move? because Crawford's fights and Joanna Man is going to be doing the commentary. Not a Boxing Ego watch party. They all know about Boxing Ego. Joanna Man. Okay. So the opening bout is One Eye Willie or whatever the dude's name is, and Joanna Man on the ones and twos. Got it. Look, it said Crawford Avanesian, and that Joanna Man is finna be on there. Bro, what's next? Charleston White? Like, I mean, just let me know. Charleston White, he gonna be the referee? They finna have Charleston White versus T.I. son on the undercard with these hood barn burner street beef fights. Bro, please put, if y'all don't please, I've been looking everywhere for some Charleston White versus T.I. son, Tip Albino son or whatever. Hey, say Jet, I said that you could have whatever you like. Yeah, stack on me. Then got that I'm getting and I'm black, plenty fight. You can have whatever you like. Bro, please put Charleston White and the albino Tip son on the card. Since, bro, this is Crawford. He fighting on Black Planet with Big King Luther, or what's that say, Panther? I thought it said Big Luther. You fight with Big Luther. Oh my, that's I misread that. Bro, I thought it said Big Luther. I was really about to go off. Listen, bro, I was about to go off as that said Big Luther. My bad. Okay, so let's get this straight. Big King Panther versus Turner Wolverine. Bro, you fighting it. Terence Crawford fights in the MCU universe. Marvel Comics. Bro, you and Black Adam finna fight. Man, what the is this? You about to fight the Avengers? Oh, bud. Hey, they like, Ego, why you doing like that? Bro, Crawford is in the MCU right now. He finna be in the DC Comics fighting Black Adam, The Rock, Big King Luther, Panther, T'Challa, Captain America, and Turner Wolverine. Whoever these random characters are from the Marvel and Capcom video game. This is Crawford's new life. Amazing. And Al Haymon is the cancer of boxing. Okay. But these are the cards that they putting on for you. Bang Time. Bro, they making pornos. Bro, Bang Time. They're making pornos. I'm not the smartest brother in the world. That's a porno. What the hell is Bang Time? Crawford, this has to be some Ozark money laundering or something to the point where, hey, get my likes up. Y'all pissing me off now. Get my likes up. He's fighting on bangbros.com. Bang, bro. I'm done. What the hell is Bang? Whoa. Bro, he fighting on Bang Bros. Bangbros.com. I can't deal with this anymore. You guys have pushed me to the edge. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. It says Bang Time pay-per-view. They making a porno. Black Planet's Bang Time pay-per-view. Watch that now. Who's on this card? Okay. The Black Goku. Amazing. You fighting Dragon Ball Z characters now. Versus Memanon Warrior. Man, if y'all don't get this on my screen right now, what the hell is a Memanon QAnon Warrior or whatever the hell? Isaiah Felix, y'all better calm me down. I need my shooters to calm me down because y'all starting to get me hot. What is a Memanon Warrior? Like some Highlander universe. What is that? Black Goku, the Canadian. Versus my boy Gorilla fighting the Canadian, apparently, from British Columbia, Vancouver. It's a boat time. Bro, he fighting a random Canadian. Like, you could have fought Drake, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to Pat Stay. Bro, you just fighting a Canadian. That's it. You fighting Canada Dry, Ginger Ale. All right. Man, get this off. Bro, Fair Play versus Showtime. So Bud could have, bro. Oh my gosh, this is too fun. Okay, Fair Play versus Showtime. If you don't get this Kid Cudi looking off my screen right now. So Bud Crawford could have actually fought on Showtime with Errol Spence, but you fighting on the same card as Fair Play versus Showtime. Amazing. This dude looked like a serial killer, Oni and Reckless Rico. Man, who the hell is Reckless Rico? He got a couple warrants and an EBT card. Bro, this is the network that is giving Crawford man, get this off my screen. Cause now y'all disrespecting me, bro. This is the network that has got 10 million for y'all full of it, bro. This is the network. This is the network that got the 10 milli on deck at least for Bud. But they got the Canadian as well. Bro, if you don't get this busy bone, don't let the light skin fool you. I will. And this is when it sounds like. Bro, they got Busy Bone back from Bone Thugs Resurrection. The Canadian, aka Busy Bone. And this is when it sounds like. This is when it sounds like. When thugs. Nigga, we represent the panic, schizophrenic. Nigga, that was on up and we can get that stroke on. Bro, you didn't put Busy Bone with the curls. For the love of 'em. Gotta get that money, man, that still this thing. Gotta get that. We're not against rap. If you don't get this, we're not against rap. But we are against those thugs. Pew, pew. It's the Duggish Buggies. You feeling the trip for the bup, the bup, but Bud. The butter stone, not butters if I did not. Bro, get y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all pissing me off so bad. Get my likes up. Get my likes up, bro. They really done put my boy Busy Bone. The mandolins and violins try not to sing. How off we need oxygen. Bro, if you don't get this Notorious Thugs ass card off my screen. The mandolins and violins try not to sing. How off we need oxygen. Hey, my boy gotta chill with the reckless Rico. Bro, he about to catch a Rico charge looking like that, bro. He tripping. Bro, this is for $12.99. You can watch all these fights. And Bud he gonna fight after this, I guess. But Al is the devil, and PBC and Steven Espinosa, they don't know. They've only put on the biggest fights that boxing's ever seen. But they apparently can't get a Bud Crawford fight off the ground. So this is the temporary home of Bud Crawford in Omaha on Black Planet. Bro, get this ghetto. It says rent me now. Bud fighting on Redbox, y'all. Bro, I've supported Bud his whole career. I'll still continue to support. But he fighting on Redbox. He fighting on Tubi. If you don't get this Tubi off of my screen right now. Bro, listen. This really got Times New Roman font. And it says rent me now. Like, that's it. Like, this don't even look professional. Rent me now. Like, hey, you want to watch the Bud fight? How do you get it? Rent me now. Bro, rent me now. So we renting Bud pay-per-views now on Redbox. This is sad, bro. But again, I've always said the same thing. Bud don't want to get the iPhone 14, best camera, everyone love. He want to get the Sidekick, the BlackBerry, the Android. He want to just do his own thing. Enjoy. Rent me now. Business Brain said rent a boxer. Bro, this look like Master P movie. Repos. She said she looked like Layla Ali. Bitch got her car. She looked like Mohammed. All of them niggas. Bro, this look like a Master P movie. Shout out to my boy P. Hootie hoo! Hootie hoo! Hootie hoo! Hootie hoo! Hootie hoo! Cause I'm down for my neck. Cause I'm down for my way. Bro, this is a No Limit production. Bud fighting on No Limit. That's what this is. This look like a No Limit album. This look like rap snacks. You order the Bud fight, you get some free rap snacks with Lil Baby. You get some Lil Durk rap snacks. You mess around with this Bud card, all right? Y'all come back now, you hear? Bro, they streaming in 420p. They got Lil Zane as the singing the national anthem. I live the life of a celebrity. A made figure way bigger than the mother cat you let the see. The money stretched like a rubber band. Cats got beat for me, so get your hands up. Bro, I know my music. Listen. Cupid, done date up and let you give it a try. Bro, they got Lil Zane and Chingy on the card. This is I Got the Hookup. Rest in peace to AJ. Y'all see, I told y'all didn't want to have that. It turned to a whole roast session. Can y'all please get the likes up? Can y'all please get the likes up? Bro, I just never heard of these type of moves. And the crazy thing is, I really believe Bud thinks he's making power moves. Like, he think he's like, oh, look, I can't wait till they see how I... Bro, you know, like, Bud seemed like the type that, you know, the night before school, when you lay your clothes on the bed, and you got it, it's like all pressed out and ironed out, and you lay your clothes and your shoes on the bed, you be like, man, I'm about to kill him tomorrow when I get to school. Like, and you just can't wait. Bud really is the type that I could picture him, like, this, maybe it's an Omaha thing, but I could picture him not fighting Errol to fight on Black Planet, BLM or whatever this app is. And he like, when the kid laid the clothes out in the car, man, I'm about to kill him tomorrow. He think this is a power move. He like, man, wait till they see this. I got the Crawford Avenesian boy, I got the 8-figure nigga. Bro, 8-figure, rent me now. Man, wait till they see the business move. I'm a boss with mine. Like, boss life. I'm making the boss moves with this one. Bro, this look like VHS in 2022. This is a VHS movie in 2022. And y'all need to stop playing with me. I'm the best that's ever lived. This is a VHS movie. Man, I can't wait to get to school tomorrow. I'm about to kill him. When I get to school tomorrow, I'm about to kill. I can't wait till I see Nicole and them. I'm about to kill him with this fit. Bud said he gonna kill him with the 2B TV. Bro, this is a black 2B TV. That's what it looked like. Bang time. Making pornos on the side. Bro, tell me this don't say bring the pain. Bro, I know this don't say bring the pain. They making pornos. Bang time and bring the pain. That's a porno. I know a porno when I see one. Bro, they got this. Listen, this is an undercover porno. Bang, bros. Tell me that don't say bang. Hold on. So let me hide the Avenesian. Hold on. Bring the pain and bang time. Let's see who's on this card, shall we? Jive Joker. I can't. Jive Joker is fighting Big King Panther. Paradox is fighting King, and he looks like he's on meth. All right. Iraqi Assassin versus Dirty Devil, and Franco versus the Magician. Is that Paulie Malignaggi? Oh, bro, I thought that was Paulie Malignaggi. Bro, why you keep bragging about my side piece? Bro, the Iraqi Assassin. This is Bud's next move. To fight with the lone one-eyed wolf and the Iraqi Assassin. BET Uncut After Dark. Facts. Listen, I'm out of here. So hit the like button. The flame was all the way up. I told you I was coming with the heat. Thank y'all for supporting. Please get the likes up. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.